guess even things get scared.
Sequence touchdown.
And you got what?
9 and 8. That's not crazy.
Swift on Pro Bowl this year. Lock it in.
Zone touchdown, Detroit Lions.
8 Flowers for a 3rd round pick.
No.
You're tripping.
The gut punches will stop.
Oh, I gotta get the camera on. Okay. Make sure we got sound. Last time we didn't have sound. Hello? Oh, that's not it. This one. There we go. All right, let me get that camera on. Is it this one? Let's try this one. Chat, how we doing? What's going on, chat? We get the camera set up real quick. I don't have my camera on, I guess. Oops. Make sure. Boom. Boom. We got some technical difficulties. That's why we started a second late. All right. Oh, okay. It's gonna be like that. Maybe it's dead. Let's just switch over to the whack camera. Can we? Oh, we stop cam. Go to the whack camera. Nope, not that one. Not that one. Go to this one. Go to this one. There. Oh my gosh, this thing looks terrible. Okay, it's all right though. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Wow, why does it look like that? Why does it look like that? Chat, how we doing? Oh, yeah. Okay. This does look weird, though. Why does it look like that? Is it 720? With low definition? I don't want that. That'll make it look worse. Okay. Let's get that high definition going. Yeah, it looks kind of whack, but it's okay. We'll make it work for the show. Day 2 of the combine. This was not as entertaining as yesterday. I'm gonna be honest. I think it was the positions. I don't think it was necessarily the drills as much as it was the positions. I was like, okay, I don't know all these. I don't know as many of these guys. Plus, on top of that, I don't know. Maybe it was some of the drills. It just wasn't as entertaining as yesterday. But it's all good. We're also going to preview tomorrow because tomorrow's a big day. It's defensive line. It's linebackers. So we're just going to put it all into one here. Now, I know Rad's in the thumbnail, but I don't know if he'll be hopping in the show or not. I know he works today and tomorrow. So I don't know if he's actually home or not. I sent him the link, though. So if he wants to hop in like last time, he can hop in. But make sure this is going. Okay. We were supposed to start earlier than that. That's my fault. I set that thing a little early. That was ambitious. Okay, that's a big word. Hold up. Let's get these beats rolling, though. I got some clips I want to share, too, as we go through this. But we had offensive line and running backs today. All right, let me share this because I want to get some beats going. You know how we do. Here we go. Yep. Boom. Shout out to Spotify for the beats. We appreciate it. There we go. And now I got it figured out. That's loud, though. Let me turn that down a little bit. I look like a Simpson. Hold up. I know this camera's whack. This camera's like super yellow. I don't know. It's after using yesterday's, you can really see the difference. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is, I guess. So we got Randy in the building. Let's go Detroit. We got Brandon says, let's go Lions. Anthony, hello. What's going on, Anthony? Brad probably running late. I guess he's really late then. Hold up. Okay, I'm not sure what's going on. My headphones right now. Let me just check because this thing's going good. No, it's not that one. Yeah, that camera's supposed to be the one that we're using, but you know how it is. Look like a Simpson. It's good. Make sure everything's in. It's a weird transitioning from going from the live stream watching because I watch it all here. So I'm like sitting here. I got all these tabs pulled up, all these notes. I'm taking notes the whole time. And as soon as it's over, I'm like, all right, stream mode, turning everything off. So it's a transition. Cameron Stokes said, dang, I missed the combine today. Was at the Pistons game. What, we won again? Didn't we win yesterday too? This is probably the one day to miss if you commit. Yeah, no, you're right. This is the day you would probably miss. I like watching offensive linemen. So it's like, I like I said, I didn't have a problem with the drills. I was like, all right, these are cool. There were just so many offensive linemen, and I haven't dove into that position like receivers, for example. So I was like, okay, I don't know that many guys here. So I'm literally watching film I'm watching film at the same time when I'm watching this. So the struggle was real. You said you made your payment on your season tickets today. What? My guy, season tickets. I've always thought about wanting to get those. That's awesome, man. You see and you got the, hey, hold up. Can I put that on the screen? I can't. We got that background in here too. How's it going? What's going on, Rick C? So I guess we'll just, yesterday's show was a little bit different because it felt like we had more pressing needs that we got to see in the combine. And if the camera does let me switch, right now, I don't know what it's doing. I'm going to be honest. Like, hey, I've had this thing for a little while. I just haven't used it much. So like sometimes I don't know what it's doing. Sometimes it'll just like start zooming in and zooming out. And I'm like, I don't know what the camera's doing. Can't tell if it's actually recording or not. So, we still struggle with it. And sometimes I just can't get it to like connect. So I don't know always what I'm doing with it. But when we got it, it's good. We just don't got it right now. Anyway, you don't want to hear about that. Grant Roy, what's good? What's up, Super Saiyan Lions? Let's dive into this. And I'm gonna ask the same question. Sure, first off, shout out to everybody that was in here before we even started this. I'm gonna ask the same question as I did yesterday. How many people watched the combine today? I gotta ask that question. Once if you did, two if you didn't. And I would say that even for the people that probably watched it today, they were probably in and out with it. I could see why. I definitely can. Rat said he fell asleep yesterday. This would have been the day to fall asleep, I feel like. Let me get my notes pulled up, though, so we can roll through some of these. The official times will be out the next day. So for anybody wondering on dosdn.com, hey, hold up. Okay, DT Favorite, what's going on, man? You watched it today. So on the website, the official times I'll put up the next day because sometimes they're delayed on certain spots. So I just get them all the next day and I put them in. For example, let's actually start there before we even get to today's combine. Let's start with the official times from yesterday because Tyquan Thornton did not run the fastest 40 in combine history. Okay, so we didn't witness history, which is kind of unfortunate, but at the same time, I feel like that wasn't the one. Like there was gonna be a guy to do it. It just didn't feel. It just didn't feel right. It didn't feel right that he would have put that kind of score up. Not mean to do that. All right, let's switch back. My bad. Didn't mean to do that. But no, he did not put that score up. So I'm gonna pause this beat for a second. We'll come back to that because that is a fire beat. Hey, I gotta pause on that beat because I don't want to start losing it on here. All right, let me share it real quick. Let me share the page so you guys can see what we're talking about. And I know if you're on this website and things get kind of confusing, you're like, well, there's numbers everywhere. Okay, that's my fault. Literally, this is the first time I've done this where I've like tracked numbers. So the issue comes in is like sometimes I have my order jacked up and I'm trying to find names. It's all over the place and it takes me way longer than it should. I should not have tried to order players at the same time. It was a terrible idea, but I do want to throw some of this receiver up here. So see the official 40 Tyquan Thornton was a 4.28. It's a good 40 time. It's just not that, fast. Ty Fry folk, they all have their officials in here. A lot of them were pretty similar to what their normal numbers were. Jalen Naylor, his was a little bit worse, 4.5. Bo Melton had a good one, 4.36. But a lot of them are similar. Danny Gray had the same official time. I want to see if there's any other. This is the one I got to point out too. We had Christian Watson run the 4.28, 4.31. His official came in at 4.36, so it is slower. But I still thought it was that's a really good 40 time still. What else do we have in here? Chris Olave. Chris Olave got a lot of hype because he ran a 4.26 his first run, and it was like, whoa, that was the fastest time we saw at the time. It ended up being an official 4.39. So it was actually slower than Christian Watson's, which some I thought I'd throw out there. That was one of the bigger drop-offs. I know it's a very little bit that separates it, but that was one of the bigger changes for the official scores. Also, Traylon Burks, his official score was a 4.55. It was his first run as well, but that was another one in there. Who'd you bring? You said Kevin Austin, the Notre Dame receiver. What'd they do to Kevin Austin? You said I didn't understand why they changed Kevin Austin Jr. time of 4.37. What time did they change it to? Let's see. I should have it in here. I should. 4.43. Oh, they moved it down a little bit. I don't know. I don't know which one they use the official. I've heard they use the first one. I think they use the best one. I think that's what they do. They use the best one, and then they call that the official time, I think. But the thing that confuses me is I don't know if you guys saw it today. They had James Cook running the 40, and then they showed him with a comparison to Delvin Cook running the 40, and he was beating Delvin Cook running the 40, but then they did his official time, and his official time came back faster than Delvin Cook's official time at 40. So I was like, hold up. Some fishy's going on here. This is not adding up. Something's messed up with this whole situation. So that is something to point out. All right. There's probably a little room for error that we should keep in mind. What else? Can't wait for the draft. Me too. I'm pumped for the draft. They always playing these draft commercials, you know, and it's like, oh, okay, yeah, I didn't stop hype me up, you know. Use Control F to search find. Okay, I appreciate that little nice, you know, tip in there. Wait, was that? Do I need that? Did I say I need? I did watch it. Had to watch my mate Kenneth Walker the third yesterday. Christian Watson and Alec Pierce really impressed me. Yes, those guys stood out. Oh, also Alec Pierce. What was his? He had a change too. I think his number got a little worse. His official dropped to a 4.41. So, and it probably made sense because there was a lot of sub 4.4s yesterday. There was also a lot of speed at running back today. Game speed mattered. Yeah, there was a lot of speed at running back today. A lot of guys were flying, and what I thought was tough, but at the same time, it was like, oh, I guess it's just a good class. Everybody was catching passes, and there's certain dudes that I know coming out, and I'm not super deep in the running back yet, but there's certain guys I know that come out, they didn't really run out of routes in college, they didn't have tons of pass catching production, but everybody seemed to catch the ball pretty well. Like, you couldn't really tell too much of who was like the better pass catchers. I mean, they kept showing, you know, Delvin Cook's brother, you know, James Cook, because that's what he's really good at, but they all look pretty good. So, I mean, I'll throw that out there. If you want a pass catching back that's got some speed, there's a lot of those guys in this draft. And actually, I'm going to throw up some clips of a couple of running backs that stood out to me today. So we'll get to that. I can't wait for the draft. Really can't. And free agency's close. So that's exciting, actually. I forget about the draft because we're talking about this, and I forget about the draft. They need a laser time the combine. It's always hand timed. Humans always make errors. Okay, see, that for sure. They have that commercial of that one main guy doing it. I like that commercial. It was a funny commercial. But they have those like lasers on where they take off at the 40. I thought that was the official time. I thought they used that for the official time, but I don't really know. I'm gonna be honest, I don't know. Maybe it's just because where else would you be getting the 40 time from? Like, let's say you had your main stopwatch guy, right? And he was stopwatching your first two runs. Then you came back and you're like, hold up, his official's different. It's like, are you just going to a different guy and be like, hey, what time did you get, my guy? I feel like it's coming from those little things on the ground at that point, but I don't know. I would have to look that up. I don't know. The whole thing kind of stinks. As rich and developed as the NFL is, just smells bad. It is. It's fishy. Trevor Penning is gonna be nasty. He got a series. He does, man. I didn't know a dang thing about this dude until we hit the Senior Bowl. And then it was like, oh, snap. Who is this guy, right? I mean, he was finishing plays. Guys did not like him. And that's cool. I mean, that's the one position. I mean, other positions you can kind of be like that, but that's the position that it's cool to be the mean guy. You know, it's cool to be the guy that nobody likes. And that's what he is, bro. That turf is rigged. Everybody's setting PR left and right. They changed the turf. Hey, maybe they did. I don't know. Patrick Mahomes, is that what Patrick Mahomes said? There was one of the linemen today, I think Zion Johnson, who set a lot of personal records today. It's not like he killed it or anything, but he set a lot of personal records. But we'll get into that. Deanna is going to be a part of the 2026 NFL draft. That would be sweet. I might be. I don't know. I mean, my 40 time, probably wouldn't be great. So I'd probably opt out of the 40. Honestly, I'm not going to do that because I only can hurt my stock at that point. The chances of me running a sub 5 second 40 are very slim. It's actually probably impossible. So I wouldn't even do that drill. I might just not do any drills. I just leave the mystery out there. Like, oh, we don't know what he's good at. So, that's the fun part. Okay. Whatever tools they use to judge the Olympics should be here. There you go. You could use that. It does. And we do that with certain things. Like, remember we had the, delay of game? I don't know why we do the delay of game like we do, but for some reason we do it. I don't know. We make certain things subjective that don't have to be, it feels like, but I don't know, man. I'm excited to see other teams spend heavy on free agency. Hey, you guys hear the Dallas news though? So they said, let me get these beats back on though. But they said Dallas was going to let go of Amari Cooper if they can't find a trade. And they probably won't find a trade. So it sounds like he's going to be a free agent. He'll probably get a ton of money somewhere because they're probably going to be like Michael Gallup is what I'm in here, which I'm cool with. Like, hey, I don't even really want Michael Gallup after watching him. So Haskins 27 bench rest reps led to combine. And we didn't get to see Haskins go through drills or anything, but dude, I'm glad you point that out because I saw that tick across the bottom and I was like, okay, does that shock any Michigan fan? Honestly though, like this dude, he was built. So let's talk linemen first. Let's start there. And I actually think I have a better feel on the linemen than the running backs because I followed a lot of the tackles. So let's go there. Oh, let me make this full. Can I make this full screen? So like, I don't even know how to use my own site styles. Hold up. Done. Oh, geez. Okay, we was already in full screen. See, look, I don't even know how to. Okay, it's fine. Wait, this button. There we go. Now we're somewhere. Hold up. Okay, this is all right. Let me go to offensive line. And there, like I said, there were so many offensive linemen. Should not have tried to rank them. It made the process of trying to like find certain guys and stuff when I was trying to put numbers in was just garbage. It was garbage. Actually, no, hold up. I want to show this first. I want to show some clips here. And I guess this is kind of bouncing around, but I do want to show a couple of guys that stuck out to me. And these aren't combine clips, of course, but there were a couple of guys that caught my eye in the combine. Maybe I already knew something about them. Maybe I didn't. And, I found some clips of them, or maybe most of these guys I kind of already had clips for, but I wanted to show a couple of these guys. All right. Now this is Breece Hall. Breece Hall, some people think he's the top back in this class. To me, he looks like an all-down back, and I don't know. I haven't went into Breece Hall that deep because I don't think the Lions are taking a running back that high. But I could see it because he does look like an all-down type back. This is like the very first run I saw of this guy was that. I was like, okay, wow, that's a good start. But this is a guy I actually wanted to point out because I know we've had him in a couple mock drafts, and I don't know. I mean, like I said, I think I would like the Lions to add some backup tackle for at least competition. Maybe a late pick could do that. And this is the guy that I wanted to point out, Zach Tom from Wake Forest, who I thought had a really nice day today. Now, the thing with Zach Tom is he's a little bit undersized. Let me see what his numbers were. Zach Tom, what was it? He ran a 5-second 40. Okay. Yeah, I mean, that's actually pretty good. A 1-7 split. He had one of the higher 10-yard splits. Zach Tom, he's only 295 pounds, so he's a little bit on like the slimmer side, which gives me some questions about his like anchor against the bull. But definitely when you like watch the film of him, and he's playing left tackle here, number 50. We saw him today. He looked real explosive, I thought, especially in the kick slide, like jumping into that, just his movement side to side. I really like those drills. This is actually my favorite drill. I get why they don't mirror the other player anymore, but just the back and forth, I really enjoyed watching that. I thought Zach Tom did well in that drill. But what I like is that he started as a center, played all his snaps at center. Then he goes to left tackle for the last 2 seasons. He's been playing left tackle. It's probably part of the reason that his measurables are not what you usually think of for a tackle, which would make his transition weird. Like, okay, where does he fit? But when he's played tackle, there's a lot to like. You could see him here. I think he does a couple things well. First thing is work to the second level. And I think the center background helps him. I also think he's a very technically sound pass protector, specifically with his hands. He's constantly like, bam, bam. You know what I'm saying? One-handed. It's not like a two-handed punch, or two-handed strike where he's leaving himself, to possibly get beat. Really good with that. And what really stuck out to me with this game specifically was that he really did an incredible job against Jermaine Johnson. From what I saw of this game, maybe I missed it. I didn't see Jermaine Johnson really do anything on Zach Tom. So, and I know he's been getting a lot of hype. I mean, I haven't given him that much hype, but a lot of people have been giving him some hype. You can see him here working to the next level blocking. He's really technically sounded that way, like understanding where he's got to position himself. He's just not a people mover. He's not a big guy. I could see him being able to play a sixth offensive lineman role like we did last year. But he probably would have to add some to be like an actual tackle. If we lose a guy like, Evan Brown, I mean, there's still versatility there. So maybe someone like this. It's something I got to bring up. We'll look at some more in a second. I want to check on the chat. I read some earlier that Malik Willis runs a 4.29 40 time. He didn't run in the combine though. I actually heard that. Did they say that when he was running? I don't know. You're right. I've heard that somewhere too, actually, that you say that. Shout out to you for saying that. I have heard that. I don't know if it's true though. I mean, like, hey, hold up. I mean, I would say I run pretty fast too, but I don't know if it's true. He didn't run at the combine, and it's like it could be. I mean, it could be. He doesn't look that fast to me. He looks fast though. Like it might be, but he didn't run it. I feel like if you run a 4.29, you might as well just run that thing, dude. Like, hey, because if you could hit like a 4.35, but. It really, I mean, you don't want to risk like knocking your value off. So I get it because everybody believes he's the fastest quarterback. So it's like, oh, why even see it? Because everybody thinks he's the fastest anyway. If for some reason okay, why is this thing stuck on the screen? Let me get this off the screen for a second. I can't read your comment. Gosh, this camera's whack. All right, if for some reason a ton of big name receivers go to the first round, like London, Olave, Wilson, Williams, Dotson, Burks, who would you take? Burks, Pierce, or Watson? Okay, wait. So hold up. You're saying Burks is going though. So who would I take, Pierce or Watson? Is that what you're asking me? You're saying Olave, Wilson. Out of those two, I think oh gosh, that's actually a really good question. If Burks is there, I'll probably take a Traylon Burks. Of those three, I'm taking Traylon Burks. I'd probably take Watson over Alec Pierce at that spot. Maybe some of that's because I think Alec Pierce falls further. I like them both, though. I think Christian Watson, to me, has been a better route runner. I think Christian Watson, and even though the production wasn't always there, especially where he played and the competition wasn't always there, I think he's for being a guy that's 6'5", the way that he can sink, I think he's a better route runner now. And I think with Alec Pierce, he needs some work there. You saw a lot of his routes at Cincinnati. I mean, he might run some deep ins, some deep digs, things like that, but a lot of his routes were just go balls, jump balls. He's got the speed, things like that. But Christian Watson also to me is much better after the catch. Like you get the ball in his hands and he's really a problem. Alec Pierce wasn't a big problem, I felt like, after the catch. And I think situationally that could be better. If you're running deep and they throw it up to you and you catch it, you're probably not doing much after the catch. You're not making guys miss. You're just like, okay, catching, you're probably going down. Christian Watson, when you get some things behind the line of scrimmage, which Alec Pierce didn't get, you could do a little bit more with the ball. So I think there's opportunity for more. I'd probably go Watson, though, of the two. Just because D-end is heavy. It is a pretty heavy D-end draft, and I'm still diving into these guys. I really want to do a Leo video. There will be a Quandre Diggs video. I told y'all I've been doing that. Hopefully really early this morning, because you guys know how our time schedule is around here. Or hopefully tomorrow we have a video on that, because I do want to stay away from Cooper. Oh my gosh, contract issues. I wouldn't trade for him. Yeah, no, I wouldn't trade for him. I mean, if he becomes a free agent, maybe it's something, but his price would probably get too high. I looked at the mock draft. No safety other than Hamilton was even getting drafted until the third round. They don't go on tree. Whoa, whose mock draft was that? Look, but I do feel like Kyle Hamilton is I mean, like in terms of impact from the safeties I've seen, I think Kyle Hamilton makes a bigger impact than a lot of the other safeties I've seen. But I also think that's the role that they put him in, because they line him up at slot. Like, for example, Jalen Petrie, right? Coming out of, I'm forgetting the school's name now. Jalen Petrie, I think Baylor. Is that right? That might not be right. I think it's Baylor. But he comes out, he's gotten a lot of hype, but he also plays in more of a slot cornerback role. So it's like you're more around the football. I like Kyle Hamilton. I think he's hands down the best safety in this class. It does depend on what you hit free agency, because I think there's a ample amount of options in free agency for safety versus the draft, where you try to go free agency and get a premier pass rusher. I mean, you're going to be paying so much money. And I'm not saying you won't at safety, but I think there's mid-round, safety guys, at mid-price safety options that you could grab, and that could include a guy like Tracy Walker. But man, you get the pass rushers and they get paid so much. But I do think he is the best safety for sure. We also have some guys pro days to look forward to as well. Yeah, we do. It's a good point. Some of these guys that are holding out, we'll get to see them then in the pro day. Where's Rad? Yeah, Rad's at work. I'm assuming he's at work. I did send him a link though. So if he gets out of work and he wants to hop on, the link will be there for him. Let me see what else we got here. Oh, this guy. Okay. I like this dude. This is it Zonovan? I don't even know if I'm saying his name right. I'm gonna be out. Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull it up. I've watched him before. I don't know exactly how to say his name. It's McKnight. Oh, I just put Bam in there. Okay, well, you guys. Okay. Knight. Okay, the NC State running back. Again, I don't think we're gonna go high for running back this year, but that was the day today, so you had to watch those guys and see what they were about. And McKnight did the Deuce Staley drill, which is the Deuce Staley drill. It is what it is, right? So he did that drill, and he did by far the best. Like, he killed it. There was other guys struggling on it. I think Kenneth Walker was stepping on the pad. Like, there was a couple guys that were struggling with it, but he looked so quick with his feet, and I was like, man, I gotta watch this guy again. And it took a game. And I was like, okay, I remember, why this guy's gotten some hype, but he's also kind of overlooked too. And it's just, he's so quick and short, small spaces. He's so quick with his feet. You can see it, like, just the ability to make guys miss. He's like a pinball. He's also kind of built lower to the ground, which I think helps him. And I got like 4 clips here. I'm just going to let these things play. And then I also see a pass protection one. And that one doesn't really go for much. But also the pack prep. Now, yeah, you probably got to improve here. One thing I would like to see the man, I'm sure they don't want to get guys hurt, so it's why they don't do it. I kind of would like some sort of pass blocking drill, because everybody knows, I mean, if you're going to, you have to have that in your game to be a 3-down player. You do, and most teams look at it like that. Yeah, you can line them up as a pass catcher, but you don't always have them going out. So there's that. Brees Hall even said it today. He was like, what did he say? He said, pass blocker, you got to be a pass blocker if you're going to go round 1. And he'll show effort in that area too. Here we go, just a little cut, but that's someone I wanted to show. This was the Oklahoma State running back today. This is the first run I saw this guy. The first run I threw up of this guy, I was like, oh snap. Now, look, this Oklahoma running back. Let me get his name. Make sure I'm not messing these guys up, because there was a lot of running backs today. What's his name? Is this? No, this is Brooks. Okay, yeah, this is Brooks. Now Brooks got a high cut running style, but this clip, man, hey, this is on someone's highlight tape. I guarantee you, if you look up Brooks highlights, someone put this on there. Look at this run. Come on, man. Now he runs a little tall, but I definitely think he's got a lot of upper body strength. He keeps his feet moving. He just runs tall, and sometimes you see him get kind of laid out. And here you go. This is a little preview for tomorrow, what we could see. And I didn't even mean to get this clip. Like, I was just watching other stuff, and then I saw this, and I was like, I'm going to throw that in there. So that's tomorrow. That's that's what we'll get to see. That's what we'll get to see tomorrow. What else we got? Would you pick a safety at 2 though? Yeah, that's the big question, right? Would you take a safety at 2? I don't know. I've also seen, everybody's got their own mock. I got to make a mock soon. I saw one on today for the combine. They had it across the bottom. I think it was Bucky Brooks, and he had Cal Hamilton going at 15. I think he had him at 15 to the Giants. It's like, wow, okay. Then I don't usually see many people have him go that late. I think for him, it's not like how much better. I don't think it's that he's not the best at his position. I think it's just a position. That's just what it is. It's like tackle. Okay, tackles are always going to find quarterbacks will always find their way up the boards. That somehow they'll find their way up the board. Like this year, may not have thought that in the beginning, but it's going to find its way up the board somehow. Somebody will, because you just got to have it. You got to have it just like a tackle, just like a pass rusher. And every team defensively can use different safeties. Some safeties fit differently for them. I feel like for a lot of teams, it's like, okay, some sort of pass rush, got to have a really good tackle. And there's scheme to that. But like safety, you can, certain safeties fit different. Like certain safeties wouldn't fit in certain defenses. Certain guys that can't cover the length of the field would not be able to fit in a Pete Carroll defense. It's just, you can't draft him because we're going to ask him to do that. Unless I'm putting him in the box, then he's got to have a specific build where he can blitz, be a big body. He's got to be like that. Otherwise, I don't really have a role for the guy. If he's just a split coverage guy that, sometimes comes down to that, they won't draft him. So, I don't know. What up, Dose? Lion King in the house. What's going on, Lion King? Oh, Lion King in the... Okay, I read that right. What's going on, man? I like the logo. Looks clean. I like the gray. I really do like the gray. Walter Football mod. Oh, Walter Football. Other Hamilton drafted in it 3rd round last time. Okay, Walter Football. There you go. I've talked to that guy before. Jared Cook looked good today. Cook, he did. I thought he looked good. And I wish they would talk about some of the other guys a little bit more, because I'd be like, oh, shoot, okay, yeah, thank you for, then I'll go check him out. I don't know. The only thing I like, Rich Eisen, I like it. He does well, and he's always been doing it. It's just like, he doesn't know the guys that are there. Like, I was like, please someone tell him that his name is not Malik Wilson. Like, please someone just get in his ear and be like, hey, you keep calling him Malik Wilson. That's not his name. It's like, okay, he doesn't know really the players that are here, but that's okay. Because, he'd say the player's name, and then he'd be like, all right, tell us about him. It's like, all right. I don't know. It's just something, because it's like, man, I feel like we could be doing this better. I don't know. But he does a good job with it. He's good to listen to. Let me go back down to my offensive line notes. Those are the guys I wanted to bring up from the offensive line. Because, let's just roll through it. First off, Icky. Icky might be the first pick in this draft. The tackle out of NC State. He might be the first pick in this draft. I know that they didn't have the Bama tackle go today. He didn't run today, and a lot of people think he'll be round 1. Feels like he might be a right tackle the next level, which would be fine because, Walker Little left tackle. But I could see Icky being the top guy. He's super agile. He looked the part, I felt like, in every drill, and, everybody knows how you value tackle. I don't think it's a bad thing, though. I think for us, it's just good. The more tackles that look great, especially top heavy, allows us to get someone else, and it just takes away the chance of them going and taking someone that, we might want to take at number 2 or have at least trade back value for. So that's, I just want to throw it out there. I think he goes number 1 I think he could go number 1 after seeing what I've seen today. Evan Neal, though, obviously is still in contention for that. I just thought he looked great today and everything. His numbers tested out well. 4.93 official. He had the 9-foot broad jump. He was just smooth, quick, good base. I put he was quick, choppy feet. He looked real good. Charles Cross also was pretty darn impressive too. Trevor Penning, you guys brought him up. We know what he is. Especially in the Senior Bowl. This wasn't a day for Trevor Penning because he didn't get to show off that, but he still showed off good athleticism. Another guy that ran a sub 4.5, sub 5.40, and really all the top tackles in this ran that. Now, here's a couple guys that I want to bring up. Kellen Deesh. We've had him in a mock draft, the tackle out of Arizona State. We've talked about him. I did in my mock offseason. I took Kellen Deesh. It feels like he's not going to go as far as I got him in the mock offseason. 4.89 official time. I'm pretty sure it was the fastest 40 for any tackle today. nice broad jump. But I thought he looked really good, especially in the wave drill. I thought he looked real good there. He just looked like a good athlete, which is what I was expecting a little bit. It's just the build. He's a little bit slim. He's got a nice frame. He's just a little slim, so he's gonna have to build that up. And maybe as a backup, that's beneficial. But you know, you could get next to Troy Polamalu, the next Rod Woodson. You have to get the next Troy Polamalu. Hey, I love me some Troy Polamalu, so I'm not against it. I mean, it just depends on how you feel about. I think with that pick, it depends on how you feel about the pass rusher. Some people don't feel like it's that guy, or some people do. Like for me, I think straight up, I think he's a better player. The pass rusher is, but nothing against Kyle. I think he's by far the best safety too. So it's like, I would have no issue taking him. It's just really just comes down to the position spot at that time, and we know the free agency is going to dictate a lot of that. It feels like. Okay. Walter mock drafts aren't accurate until a week of the draft. I don't know. I didn't even know they did mock drafts. I know they like put. What do they do? I've seen stuff on there before. I don't remember what they do. Man, with Brad Holmes and John Dorsey, it's so hard to get a read on who's really. Yeah, for sure. And about John Dorsey, what he getting the quarterbacks, the Patrick Mahomes, the Baker Mayfields, and you have that in the back of your mind. You're like, well, that could be a possibility too. But even the Patrick Mahomes today, they had Andy Reid on the show, and they said with Patrick Mahomes, it was someone else that actually brought that guy to their attention. They're like, dude, this is the best quarterback I've ever seen. So maybe it was less about, and John Dorsey took him, right, because he was the GM. But maybe it was a little bit less about John Dorsey than we thought. Something just to note, Crazy Cloud, we know you know football, man. Shout out to Crazy Cloud. In my opinion, you take Hamilton, receiver 32, edge at 34. Like Boye Mafe. Yeah, I think Mafe will be there at 34. I do. He had some like to me, I didn't think he was super productive against Ohio State, which concerns me because I've seen a lot of guys dominate Ohio State's line last year. He didn't really do that for me. I know he had a good Senior Bowl though, so I could see it pushing him round 2 range. I think he's probably going round 2 after the way he did the Senior Bowl. Ali McNeil's teammate, Icky. Hey, look, Icky looked good. He did look really good. I mean, I don't even know if he'll be there at 2. UDFL possibly because that name. Hey, you know what? I'm down with that. I have seen nothing on that guy, so I honestly couldn't tell you a dang thing about him. But yes, because of the name, he should definitely be a possibility. Yeah, I mean, look, they'll have to bring back Charles, so I'm down with. I'm down with that. We'll see if they do it, and they can do that probably with the money that they save from Trey, assuming that he's on his way out. Do you think Lions will wait until after the draft to re-sign players so they don't reveal their strategy? No, I don't think so because the issue, it'll be tough because if you don't re-sign your guys, then other teams will scoop in and probably take them. Like if you're like, hey, Tracy, we're going to wait for after the draft for you, someone else is probably going to scoop in and take him. So I don't think they would do that just because it's very unlikely that you get those guys back because that's when teams got their money. Like teams are spending their money then, and then they figure it out for the draft and how much money we have. So, I mean, if you could do that, if you're like, hey, just hold off, don't sign anywhere, we'll get you after the draft, it would be very strategic. It would be very strategic. Who else did we have on the tackles? Yeah, Kellen Deesh, though, someone definitely to look at. Abraham Lucas, I thought he looked good. We just showed our guy Zach Tom. Zach Tom's impressing me, especially now that he can play center, and we'll see what the Evan Brown situation is. I like that. Abraham Lucas looked a little bit more rough against Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm going to be honest. Like, he has some good stuff in there. Like, he has shown some power, some redirecting ability, but then he also had some issues where it just looked like he couldn't get out there fast enough. And Kayvon's given that problem to a lot of guys this year. Just something to note, though. And that was probably the best match we had. Spencer Burford, I thought he did well today. I mean, he showed nice mirroring ability. He showed some zoom. I thought like when he was coming around the corner and he was, like a second level block, he showed some zoom there. I didn't think Darian Kennard did that well. I don't know. I know his PFF grades and all this are incredible. I didn't love him at the Senior Bowl. Didn't love him today at the Combine. He'll be interesting. I'm curious to see where Darian Kennard falls. Like if he falls or if he goes high as a lot of people think he'll end up going in this year's draft. But I do want to give a shot to a couple guys. Here. Where's my dude? That was running so hard today? Alec Lindstrom. Oh my gosh, that center out of Boston College. Literally, like, you don't usually like note like all his effort. That dude's effort was crazy. Like, he was running so hard. And I'll actually give some of that to Kenneth Walker too. The guy was literally screaming as he was running. But Alec Lindstrom was getting it. I don't know. Maybe it's just his facial expressions. I don't know. Dude was getting it today though. Shout out to Alec Lindstrom.
At Kroger,
Oh
fresh
gosh,
groceries
Kroger,
are
come on, man. We
RFID,
trying to
so
we trying to
check
talk
your
football. What we
delivery
doing?
order.
All right. Got to throw it out there though. What else? Oh, Cole Strange. Okay, this one shocked me. Cole Strange, the center from Tennessee. We saw him in Senior Bowl. 31 bench press reps, 28-inch vertical. Now his speed splits were pretty good. I mean, he had a 173 and a 176 10-yard split, and then he ran a 503.40. And he had a really, really good broad jump. 10. I don't know if it might have been the highest broad jump. I'm seeing those scores. I'm like, whoa, Cole Strange, you had 31 bench. I mean, this is a kind of a little, not little, but I mean, he's a center, so he's a little bit on the smaller side. And I thought he got bull rushed a few times, but he was battling. I thought Travis Jones gave him some issues, but what the heck? Hey, 31 bench press reps. I did not expect that at all. At all. Stuber, like, his numbers didn't come out that well. To me, Stuber looks more and more like a guard as I see him. Just some of like how far he kicks out, trying to play tackle. He looks like a guard. So I don't know. I see him kind of in that mode. Volson. Who else we got? Who else I want to talk about here? Let's make sure I don't miss anybody. This was good though. I learned about a lot of guys today. Dylan Parham, I thought he had a really nice day across the board. Actually, Dylan Parham has some good numbers. I should pull these up on the screen. That way I'm not just sitting there and talking to nothing. Hold up. Let me pull this on the screen so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Yeah, I thought Dylan Parham, though, I thought he had a nice day overall. Marcus here, quick choppy feet, but I didn't see him really like covering ground. Like when he was slide, there was no ground covered. It was kind of like this. That's what I took away from him. Cam Jurgens, everybody's talking about Cam Jurgens. He put up great 40 times, 491. I think he might have no. Kellen Deesh had the highest 40, but he had a really good 40 time. It was unofficially the fastest 40, I think. 25 bench press reps. He was moving real well. You saw him, the explosion, and you saw that working towards the second level. You saw some bend. He was able to sit. I almost like sitting in a toilet, like in the toilet. Hold up. In the toilet? Like on the toilet. Another dude. Like, got to bring him up. Make sure how did Kyron Williams in Notre Dame? Kyron, like, okay, so his numbers didn't. I thought he'd run faster. I haven't watched a ton of him, but I thought he'd run faster. Let's go to the running backs real quick. He ran a really slow 40, actually. Oh, where is it? All right, I got to type that in there. I don't know where it went, but I know Kyron Williams ran a 4.7 something and then a 4.7 something again. They were not good 40-yard dashes. I thought they were not like, I mean, it's faster than I would run it, but I thought it would be better than that. His hands look good though, which I think is one of the better parts of his game. You watch, he could route run real well. He can go do a full, like a lot of guys coming out, like they don't run a route tree. They just kind of sit in the flats. And I thought that with McKnight, he just kind of sits in the flats. He can run a route tree, low to the ground, as I noted. But his 40 times didn't come back as I was expecting. It's kind of hard with running back, I feel like, to kind of judge really what they're doing. Because I really thought they all did pretty well. Jerrion Ely caught my eye. I've liked him, though. Jayshon Corbin. Who else was a big note here? Yeah, Breece Hall. Yeah, he looks good. Breece Hall looks good. I got to watch some of his stuff. I just haven't because I'm like, I don't think we're going to do that. Damian Pierce looked real good. What else do we have? Isaiah Spiller. I feel like Isaiah Spiller is going to be a long NFL running back. He just has the build for that. He's the only concern with Isaiah Spiller, and it was kind of a concern with Jonathan Taylor, right? But he's done a lot in that. He's gotten a lot of carries in that offense. So you keep that in mind. But I thought he's also been he's been like the focal point of that offense for A&M. And he might fall to around 3 now. Who knows? Because I don't think he's like got elite measurables. And why is this not updated? You know what? I may be on the wrong tab here. I don't know. Okay, for some reason these aren't updated. But oh no, he didn't run the 40. That's what that was. He didn't run the 40. But yeah, we'll have to see how he comes out. I trust Dan and MCDC. You trust Dan and MCDC? Come on, man, it's the same dude. Play. However, I just watched a Lions mock draft from a new YouTuber, Spoon. Okay, Spoon. There you go. Lions can draft close to his or draft better. Watch out, NFL. Okay, there you go. What's your name, Angel? Angel. Okay, I don't know what that is, but I like it. I made Flowers compete, perform or be cut. I'd make Flowers compete. Yeah, I mean, I can see what you're saying there, but like, how do I do that? All right, we're gonna like, do I give him a pay cut? Because I really can't come into. I don't think you can come into the year next year with $23+ million on the books for that. Like, it's just too much money to have. I get what you're saying. But to me, it would almost then have to be a pay cut and be like, all right, try to come because Flowers got to know. you're not getting 20 million from anybody. Like, I would be shocked if anybody gave you anywhere near 20 million in free agency. If you were cut, you'd be hard pressed, I think, to hit 10. Maybe you'd hit 10, maybe, but you would have to give him a big pay cut at that point and be like, all right, maybe we'll have some incentives in here. Play this many games, you get a bonus. You know, have this much production, you get a bonus. Maybe things like that. It'd have to be a pretty monster pay cut, though. I wouldn't be able to just bring it back on his current deal and be like, all right, because it's just the biggest issue for him to me isn't even like how he performs. It's more just he just doesn't. He's not on the field, so it's too much to have on the pay cut for him. I can't trust he's going to be on the field. Let's see. Restructuring a massive contract somehow would not hurt my feelings. Somehow, yeah. And I wouldn't even want to restructure it because I don't want to move his cap hit up. You know, if I restructure his deal in terms of like dropping down his base salary and raising, you know, the cap hits in future years because I put signing bonus, I don't want to do that. You know, his cap hit next year is $23 million. So I don't want to make that like $26 million. You know, so if anything, I just want to do a pay cut with that dude. Yeah, the Rutgers running back. He does a lot of things outside the tackle box, but he definitely showed off speed today, for sure. Do we have his numbers on here? 4.47, 4.45. A lot of pep and step is what I wrote. I liked him. He does a lot of things outside the tackles. I also think situationally didn't really help him all the time playing at Rutgers. Kenneth Walker, I liked him, and especially the clip that they showed of Kenneth Walker, the block that he had. In practice, I don't know if you guys saw it. They were talking about, like, you know, they said, okay, you know, they gave him like a coachable note for pass blocking, and he came back in practice and he was just going at it with the guy. Like, we want that competitive level in practice. He brought that to the table. It's hard to see things like that and not feel like that's the best player in the class because of just how high his ceiling is going to be. Just willing to, you know, take everything they give him and just get better at all the areas to his game. And last year he just went crazy. So I would probably, I got to think from the little that I've watched of some of these top guys, he'd probably still be my top running back. He'd probably still be my top running back in this class. Would I have Boye Mafe or what'd you say? Hamilton and Boye Mafe or Hutchinson and Brisker? I wouldn't even take Brisker. Honestly, like if I was in that situation, I wouldn't take Brisker at 32. I would probably take a completely different position, whether that's a D lineman, whether that's a receiver, maybe a linebacker. Like I would probably not take Brisker that high. I don't view him as that good. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I don't view him as a first round talent. So I wouldn't take Jaquan Brisker round one. But I get what you're saying. I do get what you're saying with the scenario though. So to answer that scenario, if that's what I had to take, I probably would take the second one still, but I wouldn't. I don't like him as a 32 pick. All right, let's get these beats back on though, because we gotta head the beats, man. We gotta head the beats. I'm not gonna show this for a second. We'll come back to that. I know this day was just a weird day, and I feel like for today it was more about all the people are probably gonna pay attention to are the measurables because just the drills are like, okay, watching offensive linemen. They're not really blocking though either. So I don't know. It's just all the movement, I guess. And the thing that's unfortunate is that the combine, we know the combine can't tell you everything. You still got to go off the film because, like, yeah, he might move well, but are his hands good? Does he have enough strength? Like, no one's running him over. No one's bull rushing him. No one's throwing counter moves at him. So the hands are one of those important parts. You don't see any of it. And it's like, oh, that guy looked good. Then I throw other clips and I'm like, oh gosh, he looks not good. It's like, all right, yeah, you forget that's such a big part. Both Big V and Trey Flowers are going to take pay cuts. They will both be here. We will still pick up O-lineman and keep Charles Harris. We're going to move some huge surprise cuts. Huge surprise cuts. Okay, give me a huge surprise cut. Because the way I look at our roster, like, we don't have a ton of guys. Maybe who would be a surprise? Maybe Will Harris. I wouldn't think they'd cut Will, though. Not after his versatility last year. And it wouldn't save him that much. It'd save like $2 million, which isn't bad. Would it be Jamal? I don't think they want to cut Jamal. So I don't know where the surprise cuts come from. I'd like to hear what you think, Giovanni. Walker is a beast. Yeah, I would like to have him on the squad. Yeah, Kenneth Walker. Bro, this is the way he was running. Like, when he was yelling, I was like, oh, Sam. He ain't even running the fastest, but he's getting it. He's really getting it. Just realized we're looking at catalog notes. Nice work. Oh, appreciate it, DT fan, man. Yeah, man. I put the link in the community. I'm just trying to put like numbers and scores, and if I get any notes, I'm trying to upload it to this. It's under 2022 big board. That way, if you want to see any notes, if there was a guy you're like, all right, does he have anything on here? Is there like a number of this? And I'm trying to update it live. So I'm literally sitting here watching, and as they get 40s in and stuff, I'm typing them in, and then I'll have to come back and do some because some they don't show. So I have to come back and get them in. And I messed myself up big time today the way I set it up. Like, it was such a struggle. I'm really like sitting here and I have to go back because I separated from offensive tackles and guards. And there's like 50 plus players, it feels like. So a guy comes up and I'm like, oh shoot, okay, well, which side is he on? So I got to figure that out. And then I'm trying to figure out his name because I didn't do it alphabetically because some of them I ranked. So I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't. The struggle was real. I got a lot of random numbers wrote down on my paper because I was behind. So Engel might maybe wait to cut him until after the draft just in case. Cut Trey. Is that what you're saying? Cut Trey? Too much money for no play. Give Trey the boot. Hey. The trade value for Saquon right now is a 4th round pick. No joke. That's wild. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. A 4th round pick. I might have to look into that. If it really was a 4th round pick, I have to look into that. I don't think, like, we don't have a need. Like, if we had, like, more of a need at running back, I think the Lions could be interested. But someone should be interested in that. I know he's going to have to get paid, but 4th round, I mean, if you could say, well, you get a year of a 4th round of Saquon, yeah, he's been hurt, but dang, dude. I mean, someone's got to take a shot on that. Especially someone with a few too many picks. Now, we don't got a 4th round pick, so for us, it'd be like a 5th. But 32 is going to be safety, DT, guard, possibly a linebacker, or the rest. I think it could be something like that, yeah. Yeah, I could see it. I think that's very possible. Now, guard, I don't know. I don't know about guard because I feel like if Big V's here, they won't take a guard that high. Because if Big V's here, I don't know what would be the need for guard that high. I mean, you have Kramer coming. I think Kramer's a lock to come back. He should be. I don't know why they wouldn't bring Kramer back. Logan Stenberg's still under contract. So that one would sort of surprise me unless Big V was gone. Then it would make tons of sense. And I would be cool with it at that point. Linebacker could definitely see it. DT easily could see it. Safety could see it. But they found a lot of talent. It's like one thing I will say, they found a lot of talent at safety, you know, like and late too. I mean, they're starting safety, the Ohio State kid, 6th round pick. You know, they found a lot of late guys. We even seen this past year, they had the 7th round pick out there. Was Nick something? I can't think of the dude's name. They had the 7th round pick out there playing safety. And then they brought Eric Weddle in. What comp picks are we getting? So we should be getting 3. The end of the 3rd round is projected. Well, actually, it would be the end of the normal 3rd round, beginning of the comp picks in the 3rd round. So that's projected to be what pick is that? 99? I think 99. Fifth round, and is it 5th round and 6th round? I think 5th round and 6th round. Then we're projected to get comp picks in those rounds too. Which is why we'd have 2 6s and then we'd have the 2 7s. We'll see where they fall, but one for Kenny Golladay would be the highest in the 3rd round just because we didn't replace it and he got a ridiculous contract. Marvin Jones got a pretty contract. We didn't replace that. And I think the 3rd one would be Jamal Agnew, not Jared Davis. It was only $5 million. I think it'd be Jamal Agnew. And I think Jared Davis is kind of canceled out by a guy like Tyrell Williams. I think the Lions were traded 32nd pick to move. I could see it. I really could. I mean, look, I think from Brad Holmes last year, you saw it. Like, if there's some guy they really like, go get him. You know, it's like, if you're going to build through the draft, you can't be – I feel like if your overall idea is we're going to build through the draft, you can't be hesitant on trying to trade future picks to go get a guy you love. Because at that point, you're taking guys to fill needs. You got to take the guy you love. And they always say that. So if that means trading up because it's like, all right, we can't wait or we don't want to risk it. Absolutely, I think it's possible. For sure. Even though, like, we look at it, we might like, well, it's deep. We don't need to do it. Hey, just because on surface it's deep doesn't mean that they don't feel like this guy is separating himself from these other guys. Surprise cut Cephas? That would be a shock. I would be shocked if Cephas was cut. That would be a big shock. It'd save a little bit. I don't know how much it saved, though, because he was like a 5th round pick, so I don't know how much that would save. Maybe a little. We need RPO Malik Willis, number 2. I don't think you're going to be able to convince me on that, but I will say this. With Malik. I think his stock has risen. I think he's risen in my book. And I don't think he makes it out of the top 10, which means we won't get him unless we made a crazy trade up, which I'm not counting out because who knows, you know, with John Dorsey and stuff. But I do think he goes top 10. I just looked at the roster. I see that there aren't very many people to cut left. Yeah, there's not a ton. Everyone was either on a 1 year deal. Yeah, we had so many 1 year deals. There's not like a ton of cuts that would like save us like cap space. The only ones I can think of are like Jamal, Will Harris. Those are like the two main ones. I don't know, like aside from that, if there's anyone that really sticks out there. My dad got addicted to that legal Oxycontin. Okay. I'm stoned.
Just as this playlist
Hold
was
up.
created for your listening needs, every new show.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. Hold up. Hold up. This thing is stuck. I gotta switch my camera over. Let me try this 1 second, Chad, before we continue. Nope, they still doing me dirty. All right. This is what we're doing, Sony. This is what we're doing. Jared by Lions, he's gonna buy a Ford Bronco. That's what he said. Where do you guys find this stuff? Like, what the heck? Oh my goodness, man. I love it though, because I don't see any of this. I don't know. I gotta see more rumors, man. I'm too I was too locked in today. From 4 on, I didn't look at anything but this. Anybody trying to talk on that stuff? I agree. Okuda, the surprise cut, no one is talking about. That could be a cut. Doesn't he have too much guaranteed money though? I don't know. I have to check on that. I think his guaranteed money is kind of high because of the pick that he was. Let me check on that real quick. Then we'll get back to the thing. I think his guarantee is pretty high, which would make the cut not gain a lot. But he is one of our most expensive contracts. Oh yeah, if you cut him this year, you'd lose $10 million. So that's probably unlikely. It's probably unlikely just because of that, you know. But I mean, look, I could have seen it. We stream it as long as yesterday. Just asking because I wouldn't mind at all. Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see where this thing takes us. But I do. Let me make sure I don't miss anything with some of these notes that I had from today. Snoop Connor, I love that name too. Snoop Connor, I see you. Tyler Beatty. So who is the best running back in this class? I mean, we could start there. Who is the best running back in this class? I don't know. Ty Chandler's been getting a lot of love. I just thought they looked all good. I just thought the running back class looked good in general today. Yeah, Jalen Warren looked good. I want to go back to offensive line though, because I know I had a lot of notes on these guys. Obina, is that how you say his name? The big TCU tackle. That dude's huge though. Like even when we watch his film, he doesn't move. He doesn't look like he moves that well. It shows tons of effort though. I mean, I see him chasing down plays. He's just a big dude. Thayer Munford. Oh, the Ohio State tackle. Now this would be an interesting one too, because he would have to slip though. The Ohio State tackle would have to slip. The guy with the two last names, because they would just be too high pick. I think some people are thinking he'll hit mid rounds, and I don't think the Lions would do that for a tackle, not a backup. Let me get this back on. But he would fit the scheme. He would fit right in. I think he'd plug in and go. Keep Reynolds running back. Absolutely, yeah. Reynolds under contract. I think he's super cheap next year. Absolutely. Lion King. Are you asking me, or you think we see? I don't think we signed Marcus Williams. That was my prediction, but in that video, I would not be mad at all if we signed Marcus Williams. I would be super hyped for sure. Thank you, Go Lions. Okay, I gotta start putting these on the screen so people can see what I'm reading. So the move to take Willis at 2. Imagine with trading Goff for more value would make this. Oh gosh, it would be wild, dude. It would be crazy. It would be crazy. I would think. Here's the only thing with that. I feel like if I'm gonna get Malik, I'd want to keep Goff for sure, because even if I was taking Malik at 2, I don't think he'd be ready right away. So it could get kind of ugly. And at that point, you may be playing like some kind of weird free agent. It's like, okay, why are we doing this? I mean, I guess you could, you could, but we know that Goff's contract really saves you money next year. So I'd probably still just leave him on there. But if we took Malik at 2, it would change everything. No question. And it would be like, oh gosh, what the heck just happened? And I'm not even saying it's impossible. I'm not, man. I don't think anything's impossible in this draft. It doesn't feel that way. Keep Trey for backup. Trey for backup? I can't go, man. Chris, we can go $23 million for a backup. I like the depth though, so I can't be mad. James Cook is a terrific in between the tackle running back. Terrific short. There you go. I gotta watch more of those dudes, man. I got to. I just haven't, because it's like Ty Chandler is someone I should check out, especially after the Shrine Bowl. But I probably won't look too much into James Cook. I want to look at every position, not overlook anything, but it just doesn't feel like we're gonna go that high for a running back. But he doesn't. I don't know if there's a guarantee they even go round 1 though. If the Lions draft Malik Willis at 2, Boye Mafia at 32, and Bell at 34, would that be a W or an L? I would think it's kind of an L personally, but I'd probably lean towards L. But I'm sure I could convince myself that it can make sense. Look, I like Malik Willis because I think what you see is like people like him. He's got a great character for quarterback. Like, and I know it's like, well, that's not on the field. I feel like I know who he is on the field though. It's just gonna take time with him. And then it's that question. It's all in the meeting room stuff that they got to talk to him. Be like, all right, do you see what are you seeing here? You know, things like that. But the parts that we can see, the character side of it, I think he's a future quarterback. Like people like him. You know, they get behind him. It stuck out at the Senior Bowl. It stuck out, in the video they showed. Like people like the guy. Seems like a leader. So I mean, I feel like that sense of it. I think down the road he could be a future quarterback for somebody. And that's for me, who's had a lot of knocks on him. But I feel like he could be just because of that. It's just going to take him time. I just don't see him plugging and playing year one. Running back from Texas, Robinson Beast. Hey, they do got some backs. They do got some backs in Texas. They do. That's facts. Who else do we have? Verdarian Lowe. I was hoping. I don't know. Okay, Myron Cunningham kind of let me down. I'm not gonna lie. This dude out of Arkansas, tackle out of Arkansas. He's kind of a big body, but I thought he'd look better. I don't know. Maybe I was remembering wrong. He ran a 1.88-10 split, which wasn't bad. His 40 times are pretty ugly. Not too big of a deal though. He's a tackle. But I thought his change of direction, not very good. He lost a lot of power when he was trying to kick slide, which will show up probably on the film. So I didn't love what I saw with Myron Cunningham. So I'm sure that'll be moved down. Lions should get Travis Dye, running back out of Oregon. Travis Dye. So they got 2 running backs coming out this year. Is that this year? I've seen a tad bit of CJ Verdell. Oh, 23 million trade. Hey, I would love to trade. Q Golf, they restructured his contract and give him a veteran minimum contract. I don't think he'd accept that. I feel like he would. I feel like he'd decline. Hey, look, what you feel about getting paid $1 million? Okay, no, all right. I don't think he'd accept. He'd probably be like, okay, I'll go to free agency. But at that point, you'd have to cut him, which would hurt you. So it'd be like, okay, you can't really do that. I don't want Willis as quarterback at 2. Mental confidence, throwing Willis in the fire would crush it. Yeah, I agree. I don't think that'd be good for him to put him out there right away. I mean, if there's an injury, you gotta do what you gotta do. But why don't we draft Pickett to supplement Goff? NFL ready, then Goff will be gone next year. Because I mean, I guess it's just how you feel about him. I get what you're saying, but if you don't feel like Kenny Pickett has the highest ceiling or he's that guy, I don't feel like you want to just draft the guy that high because he's NFL ready. Because he's still sitting behind for a year. Like, to me, Malik Willis, he could be ready next year. Some people say, he could be not ready next year. Kenny Pickett, I feel like he's NFL ready in terms of he might be the quarterback you feel most confident about year one, putting him in there and starting. So I wouldn't necessarily want that. Plus, I don't know if I feel like Kenny Pickett has the highest ceiling out of these guys. Not saying he'd be a bad quarterback. I just don't know if I feel like he has the highest ceiling where it's like, yeah, I'll take that guy too. To me, if I'm taking a quarterback that high, I'm having Goff on the roster. So I wouldn't look too much into like how NFL ready they are at that point. I don't know though. Maybe I'm looking into it wrong. Let me hear what you mean. Willis would clip behind Goff. He would sit behind Goff. I think that's what you're saying. Okay, I'm back again after a little break. What's going on, Crazy Clown? Travis died in the transfer. My bad. Oh, okay. I was hoping to get to see Evan Neal today. I think Icky goes 1 now after today, man. I don't know. He looked real good. And I would personally lean to the more athletic guy. I don't know. I'm not, I'm not Doug Peterson, but I would lean to the guy that I think moves better, and I think he moves better than Evan Neal does. What is your true outlook perspective in the next 5 years on Jerry Jacobs, Jeff, and Amani? My honest one, I think Jerry Jacobs will be here 5 years from now. I think it's very likely he's here 5 years from now, and I can see him being a starting quarterback 5 years from now. Jeff Okudah, he's a little bit different because we just don't know, man. I was so hyped coming in last year. Training camp, he was the best player. I thought he was probably the best player in the field in training camp. I'm being honest. I know they can't hit each other, but I thought he was the best player. And then you get to the injury, and it's like, dang. So he looked good now. Me and Rad were talking about this after the show. Like, think about it. Think about, like, how bad. And I want y'all to think about that because, I mean, let me know what you guys think. when we had Slay, right? When we had Slay, we had Justin Coleman, we had Desmond Trufant, right? We had these guys. Think about how much they struggled. Like, they were bad. Slay was bad his last year here, just straight up. And I like Slay a lot. Big play Slay. Shout out to him. Look at him right there. He's looking at it. But he was not good in his final year with the Lions. But then again, neither was Justin Coleman, who was much better with Seattle. Neither was Desmond Trufant, who was injured. But when he was on the field, he wasn't good. He looked like he couldn't keep up with anybody. That could have just been a bad signing. Just simple as that. But, like, when you look at those guys and you think about how much they struggled, and now you take a look at what we had last year. Undrafted, Jerry Jacobs. Monty had a career season. Jerry Jacobs played better than Monty. I thought he was our best corner. But career season, iffy. Just look about the development. Like, when Okudah was playing his first year, he didn't play every game. He was doing some injuries too. But did we always feel like we saw some of the improvement that Okudah was taking? I think we did. But the iffy improvement coming back from an injury was so noticeable. It's like, whoa, he got way better. And he's been missing time too. AJ Parker, another undrafted guy. So when I look at that and I'm like, we had worse pass rush than we did that year with Darius Slay. Just when all these guys were struggling, we had a worse pass rush last year than that. And they were playing better. Now they still weren't at the level you hope for, but it's like, oh, okay, I can see where this could go. And that's what I thought with Okudah. I mean, I think he would have been much better. I think last year would have been his best season. It probably wouldn't have been great though, because you still got to get that pass rush. Will Jamar Jefferson make the squad next year? That's a good question, actually. I hope he does. I hope he does. I don't know, though. If we draft a running back, it's no guarantee, and they want competition, so I don't know. Because the thing was with Jamar is Godwin was over Jamar last year. Maybe it's a playbook thing. Don't know. Maybe it's pass protection. I don't know. Godwin played well. Godwin's exclusive rights free agent, so if he's brought back, I think he'd compete directly with them. That's assuming they bring nobody else in, because you have Craig Reynolds who's locked in next year. I think he makes the roster, and I think they're in good terms with him. I think DeAndre Swift is on the roster. I think Jamal Williams makes the roster. So, and you already re-signed Kabinda, so that's a real tough. What if Lions took Icky or Evan Neal? Would you be mad? I'm never mad at Lineman, but I would be confused. I was confused last year, the D Lineman, but then I understood it. I don't know if I would really have to try to convince myself to make sense of it. Like on Madden, I would do that. I'm going to be honest. On Madden, I would take them because it's like, oh, wow, I could just push him and guard and stuff. But I wouldn't, like, unless I don't have Big V and I'm like, okay, I don't know. I still wouldn't feel great about it. I don't know. I feel like we would have been able to have better choice there. I feel like we could have made a better decision at that spot. I would be confused. It would take some getting used to. Any pick six? Strong second round. Carson. Hey, I like him. Wish they'd bring back Diggs. They might, and that video's coming out today or tonight, really early this morning or tomorrow. Probably tomorrow. I'm gonna be honest. We know how editing and stuff takes. Probably tomorrow. But I do have my notes for that. I'm working on it. So, and it's the thing that I expected. I'm gonna have to go watch him back with Detroit, see how we used him. Because what I expected was to see a guy that played free safety, cover three, and he never sniffed the box because they had Jamal Adams, and he didn't. He never really played ever in the box because he's only 5'9". But what I do like about him is he's not like a kind of guy. It's like, oh, I'll just kind of tackle. I think he's a much better tackle than Marcus Williams. Numbers may not represent that, but the film will. Like Marcus Williams kind of reaches and grabs. He hits people. We always know that Diggs would hit people, so I do like that. Like if you have him deep and he's got to come down and hit somebody, he's not going to shy away from it. There's probably limitations just because of his size alone, but he did have, the most interceptions the last 2 years. Oh, you brought up Iffy. I think Iffy's got a super bright future too. Yeah, very bright future. I loved him when we drafted him though. I was like, this is my favorite draft pick. I loved Iffy, or maybe I said that with Jefferson. I don't know. I loved Iffy though. It's pumped, man. Love this film at Syracuse. Ray Crockett knew how to do pick sixes. Hey, I don't know who that is. I'm probably like, who you don't know who that? I don't know who that is. Am I crazy for thinking Bryant has a breakout year? I would say yes. I'm sorry. I would say you're crazy. And I usually don't like that. I feel like that's a little crazy. But I don't know where he's playing next year. Like, I don't know. I don't like him as a DN. So I don't know what his role is. Maybe that's a surprise cut. I don't know. I think you're a little crazy, but convince me because maybe I'm tripping. I don't know. Why we take on so much dead cap last year? We had to restructure Big V's contract to survive. Oh, why we have so much dead cap last year? I don't remember last year, honestly. I know we got a lot this year because it's Jamie Collins cut. It's really like, oh gosh, it's like $6 million. But sometimes you got to do it. You got to pull the Band-Aid off. Like someone said earlier, you got to rip the Band-Aid. You got to move on. If it ain't working, it ain't working. I'm gonna be honest, I thought our linebackers were better after he was gone. So it was like we just had to do it. Because sometimes they're just taking minutes from a guy that
Switch to Spectrum Mobile.
simply it might be better than them. Yeah, his contract may be a 10th of his contract, but it's like if he's just better, you might just have to cut him, and it's addition by subtraction. Even though it doesn't feel like it in the cap sense, it just might be. It just might not work, and it just might be a different direction. Last year, I think, was different, though, because I think we're going to see similarities to last year as this year defensively, but I think last year was just a different situation as a whole defensively. I thought this year on defense, this upcoming year on defense, we're going to do things a little bit different. I'm going to try this real quick. Dang, this thing is really not doing it. Come on, man. You all going to make it use it? Okay, I really want to use the other one. That's fine. Well, this is not the guy. Lynchburg, Virginia, no hype here in the state. Not saying a bad guy, just not for Detroit. There you go. Look at that. He's got the inside scoop. No QB. Aiden Brisker. Hey, look, maybe I'll get back on the Brisker chain at some point. I don't think I'm there though right now. Diggs laid that boomstick. He did lay that boomstick, and I'll give him credit for that. Who you take at 2? It's hard. It's hard right now. I'm always preferring pass rush. But it's still hard right now because I'm gonna dive back into Kayvon and Aiden again. I gotta re-up that so I can be like, all right, what do I see here? But I would lean towards pass rush right now at 2. Draft Chris Owens from Alabama. You like Chris Owens? I don't know, man. I wasn't a big fan of Chris Owens when I started watching his stuff. I didn't like Chris Owens that much. I'm gonna be honest. I was like, oh, he's from Bama. He'll be legit. I was like, ooh, this ain't legit. But he also played good competition, so maybe that's what it is. I've been pumped about the Sun God early. Had him in my fantasy league. He my guy. You got him next year? What? Hey, when do those start? That can't start already? Yeah, we don't even have a team. Are you a fan of the 3-4 defense or 4-3? I'm a fan of the one that wins. I like the 3-4. I like the 3-4 because I like the versatility. It depends how you run it, I guess, though. If you run a 4-3, you can be versatile out of it depending on the players you have running it. I like a 3-4 because I like being able to move my pieces around, and I prefer kind of like a Wade Phillips 3-4. A 3-4-1 gap where I'm shooting gaps, but I'm still running a 3-4 defense. It's kind of a weird setup, but I kind of like that more than like a Patriot style 3-4. I like that kind of style because I like the versatility with my outside linebackers, and I feel like there's a lot of moving pieces there. But I got no issues with 4-3. I really don't have a preference. I feel like both of them can work. Both of them are fine. Both of them will win. So you can go with either one. I don't know which. I think at least more of college feels like it's 3-4 now. I don't know about the NFL though. I'm not even sure if Ray Crocker's older than me. I don't even know who that is. I'm gonna be honest, man. I feel bad. I don't know who that is. You hear what Dan Campbell said though? He said, "Look, we'll switch the whole dang thing if that guy's gonna end up being our starter." I don't think they'll do it though. At guard today, what do we have for guard? Zion Johnson, Kenyon Green. Thought both those dudes look good, and they both look like they're gonna probably hit round 1. Maybe one of them slips out. I thought Zion Johnson actually looked better than Kenyon Green today. I mean, he had nice feet. He had some ankle flexion. I thought he had a really nice burst when they went through like the X drill. Really like Zion Johnson today, but he feels like a round 1 pick. So I guess there is no big thing. You got to keep an eye on these guys. Luke Fortner, he was talked about a lot. Thought he had really smooth movement side to side. Wave drill was nice. Luke Fortner looked good though. He just moved well. He moved well for a guard, especially Kentucky guard. We know about them Kentucky guards. They'll battle. Chasen Hines, what I have for him? Oh, that not good. And Ed Ingram, he was another guy I thought did well. Ed Ingram from LSU. I thought he did well in all drills, to be honest with you. So he's the guy I'm going to have to watch just because of that. I didn't know a dang thing about it. The Virginia Tech guard, Lasitis, I don't know how to say his name. Lasitis Smith, real nice bend. The coaches would tell him something and he just do it better. It was like, all right, I like that guy. So Andrew Stuber, yeah, I don't know about, yeah. He feels like he's going to fall a little bit more, especially after this. Oh, yeah, Wattenberg. Got to bring him up. Both the guys that start with W. Wattenberg, the center out of Washington, because it could be a possibility. He's got a nice burst. He sinks well, too. Like, he can really sit down. So, I like him as well, especially when you get those head-up nose tackles. They're going to just bull rush you majority of the time. Oh, I know about Benny Blades, though. Do you think Okuda be 100%? It looks like he's on that path. By the time the season starts, it looks like he's on that path. I mean, I don't know what the reports will be coming out at that time, but he should be pretty darn close. Smoke Monday. I'll have to look him up. We've seen his name a lot. I'll have to look him up though, because that might be the next Jerry. Was Benny Blades an All-Pro? Oh, I can't answer that one. That's for Crazy Clown. How about trading to a mid-round and getting Drake London? How about trading to a mid-round and getting Drake London? Or you think that signing Amari Cooper would be a good option? I'd rather trade and get Drake London than Amari Cooper. I just think Cooper's price tag is gonna be too high, and I'm not about dropping 20, 15, plus $1 million a year on a receiver in free agency. I ain't about that. Because I mean, even I get Dallas in a rough spot financially, but when you make it work, if he was like, oh, we cannot replace this guy, when you make that work, you'd find a way to do it. And teams with a lot of money, is Jacksonville back? Someone might do it. I wouldn't want to be that team that does that though. These beats Fuego. Hey, these beats are fire. These is Spotify beats. I love these beats. You might be crazy. I wish we got a new D-line coach. I think Wash not helping young guys enough. I can understand that after last year, but I think Wash is going to be much better this year because I hit on that video. Wash was not a defensive line coach from the system that we ran. I don't think he ever was in a system that we did last season. Like what we did last year with a lot more two-gap principles than I expected. A lot of 3-4. That's not his background. Even when he was at DC, he was a 4-3 guy. He was all about that. And he was all about getting down a hill. He was all about pass rush. When he was at DC, he stacked that pass rush. And that's why they went to the AFC Championship. And then everybody wanted out because their coaches and GMs were awful. But he's been awesome in that scheme. And he's developed the heck out of people. And I actually have a chart I can pull up on this guy. But last year, it wasn't something that he's really been a part of. Do I have a chart on this? Let me see. I think I have one. Oh, no. Wait. Oh, that's Washington. Hold up. Maybe I don't have a chart. I think I do. I just don't know where it is. Because I liked a lot of our hires this year. I thought we made a lot of good hirings this offseason. And I actually got a cool book, like how the Packers did what they did. So I'm going to read into that. But it looks like the first chapter of the book is about the staff that you put together. And I'm like, okay, it's about the staff. I think we did pretty good there. Hopefully. It seems like it. All right, I can't find the chart. But if I find it, I'll throw it up. Why do we only have 22 million cap space? Who's holding us down? We have, $8 million is dead. $8 million is dead cap. We have a lot of money in Trey. Goff has a high contract. Romeo. One thing is, a lot of these guys too, though. Some of them we backloaded. Like Romeo was backloaded heavy. He was $4.5 million last year, but this year is 14.5. So we backloaded some of these guys too. Why even invite defensive players to the Pro Bowl if they can't even take? I know the Pro Bowls. I can't do the Pro Bowl way. Randall L versus Aubrey 101. Who locks who up? Ooh, that's good. Hey, that's good. I probably take Aubrey. I saw Aubrey doing some push-ups. I know Antoine Randall L bring the juice, but I saw Aubrey doing some push-ups. I would roll with Pleasant. I think he'd lock him up. Chad, what do we think? One for Aubrey, one for Randall L, 2 for Aubrey. Who wins the matchup? Let's say they're running like a nice little double move. Who wins? That'd be cool. I would like to see that. 3 players. No, I don't think we'll be rushing 3 players very much next year. I don't think we'll be doing it. Oh, Randall L's leading. Oh my goodness. That would Yo. We got no love for what's the dude's name? That would be fun to see though. Oh, here's some love. Oh, he's showing the okay. Hey, that would be sweet though. Okay. Antoine Randall, I don't know. That'd be good. They both in shape though. They're both ready to go. He says so is 4-3. Is 4-3. He's a 4-3 guy. Yeah, he's a 4-3 guy. Okay, we might be switching up, but it's right here. No, I don't think Aaron Glenn's a 3-4 guy. Aaron Glenn has been in it. Like the thing with Aaron Glenn is tough though is he is not like he's coached the front seven. He's been a defensive backs coach. I know he played in a 3-4. And they hired Dom Capers last year, who's ran a 3-4. So I think last year it was cool because they knew coming in, we're going to do this. So we'll hire Dom Capers who can help with this. But Aaron Glenn, I don't think is a 3-4 guy. His most recent place before us was New Orleans, who ran a 4-4-3, specifically a 4-4-2-5. I think we're going to look a lot like that next year. So I think he's more of a 4-3 guy too. Got any game recognition next season? I went to the Green Bay game at home, week 18. Oh, you went to that game? Oh, that's a good game to go to. Dang, that game was hype. I've watched that back. I've watched that. That's my favorite game to watch back. I love the Arizona one too, but that might be my favorite one to watch. I don't know for next year. I mean, was Dallas home? You can't go wrong with Dallas. That might not be home though. That feels like it'll be away. That is a great question. We gotta ask someone that. This beat is dope. They got some good dopes, man. They do some good dopes. Hold up, pause. They got some good beats though. I love the halftime show. I like Aaron Glenn because he gets into players' faces and demands perfection. Hey, that's true. That's true. He's a loud dude, man. I gotta watch the Inside the Den too. I won't forget, Cameron. I can't forget because everybody talks about it. Like every time we stream, someone brings up Smoke Monday because of his money. I'm not his money, his name. So I can't forget that guy. Dallas is away? Dang. Okay, maybe go to the away game. Hold up. Yeah, you did, man. That's a good time. Anytime you beat the Packers, this is a good time. Jeff Okudah can't take perfection. He can't take perfection. What you mean? That was Aubrey Pleasant that was getting at him. I go every time we play Dallas. You go to the away ones too? All right, let me get my stuff pulled up for tomorrow. Let me get the participants pulled up. Again, you guys go to this website, though, if you guys want to see any notes I have on here. If there's anybody you guys want to talk about, just put it in the chat. We'll talk about the guys at the Combine today. But I know today was kind of uneventful, though. So Combine. I was trying to learn as much as I could before I got on here. I was like, dude, I gotta learn these dudes. Let me get to 2022 though. Let me see. I mean, not 2020. Let me see who's. Most players are in there, but tomorrow, who do we got to look forward to? We know about the Aiden Hutchins and Kayvon, which is going to be the talk of the day. It'll probably change people's opinion on just based on that. Don't let it, but definitely. I'm excited to see that. Let me see who sticks out. Let me just pull up the list for you guys. You guys can see what I'm talking about. Oh, I love this beat. I don't want to stop the beat. Okay, I'm gonna have to stop the beat. Hold on. I can hear it. You guys can't hear it. That's okay. I'll just listen. But here we go. Let me show this. Oh gosh, that's the wrong page. 1 second. I don't know why I'm sharing that one. Yeah, we'll update this tomorrow as well. If it's not updated, just check back later because I'll have it updated. What the heck just happened? Oh, snap. I thought I closed everything. I just closed my beats. Okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. Gosh, tomorrow's exciting. And I'm going to be honest, I don't know who's all doing stuff. So I don't know like who's not doing drills and what stuff like that. But pretty much everybody's in this. Matthew Butler, got to watch Matthew Butler because I think now he's played himself into being an interesting piece for us. He is very explosive. He doesn't play every down, but he's super explosive on that first step. I liked him at Tennessee. That was my only concern was, can he two-gap? Well, no, I don't think that's an issue anymore. He's an interior defensive lineman. I like him a lot. Zach Carter, we'll see because I think Zach Carter, I think a good athletic day would help him a ton because he's really big. He's played on the edge. I don't think he's an edge at the next level, but that kind of day I think would do a lot for him. With a 4-2-5 defense, you need to add 2 safeties. We do. You said Von Bell. Wait, Bell. Who's Bell? Who's Bell? I thought Von Bell as soon as I saw that. Or you're just saying draft picks. You're saying okay, I see what you're doing. Bell, Cross, Weatherford. I like it all. And the thing is, Weatherford, we know he's like a linebacker hybrid. Big fan of Cross. But yeah, that would be a big day for him for sure. Jordan Davis, we all know about that big dude. Everybody's gonna have his eyes on his 40 if he does it. They run it tomorrow. Oh, today, I guess he had it. Okay, I see what you did there. You finessed me. I don't know if he's running, though. I've heard they're doing all the drills. I've heard those two guys in particular doing all the drills. So I expect to see them do everything. Arnold Ebakete, I don't think he'll put up crazy numbers here because I don't love his like bend around the edge, but good 40 time could help him. And when they do the cone drills and stuff, that would be huge. That's actually what I'll keep my eye on. I'm glad I know more players for this. I just want to point out some spotlights. We know Kingsley, Neil Farrell. Neil Farrell's played himself into contention for us again because Neil Farrell makes so many plays just shooting to the backfield. And again, I think we're gonna do that more next year. So all of a sudden, Farrell becomes a really interesting option, especially after how he balled at the Senior Bowl. I don't know about Haskell because he got a little hurt. Logan Hall, gotta watch him. Gotta watch Hall. I'm telling you. If there's anybody you're coming for Logan Hall. Of course, Hutchinson's going to be awesome to see him. Let me see. Who else do we have? Guys, who are you looking for? Let me know for defensive line who you guys are looking for tomorrow. Travis Jones. I want to see the big dude run. George Karlaftis. George Karlaftis will be cool. I want to see George's 40 time. I try not to make too much of the 40, but George Karlaftis didn't look very fast to me. He plays with a lot of strength, though. So he might pump out a whole bunch of bench press reps if he does it. But the speed side will be huge. Nick Cross going to test like a freak. He probably will. Yeah, Nick Cross is a beast. 1/5 down allowed in the last 2 minutes. Oh, that would be wild. That would be wild. How about no 4th downs in the last 2 minutes? No? Maybe that would be worse. I don't know. That might be worse. I'm hoping that Drake London's injury makes him drift to third. Hey, I'm down with that too. That's right, Drake London. Yes, I'm down with that. Let some of those other dudes get the shine. Let someone take Taekwon in the round 1. DeMarvin Leal's going to be awesome too. Look, I know there's going to be a video on him soon. If you haven't seen DeMarvin Leal, bro, he has like ridiculous athleticism for 290. It's crazy. He just doesn't always show it. Definitely a must watch. D'Angelo Malone, he's a little bit on the smaller side. A lot of these, dude, I'm excited for tomorrow. Ojabo, Chance bringing up Ojabo. I don't think he'll test better than Hutchinson. I don't. Not as a whole, but super good athlete too. He might. I don't know, man. Who else we got in here? So many dudes. Ridgeway, Sanders. Okay, here we go. Talk about lower. Remember Notre Dame. Kayvon Thibodeau for sure. Cameron Thomas was brought up a lot yesterday. So was Isaiah Thomas. I was actually watching them today. I was watching Isaiah Thomas today versus tackle. Trayvon Walker. Got to see that. Yeah, he might be a top pick. Perion Winfrey. Devontae Wyatt. Bro, this thing is loaded, man. This thing is loaded tomorrow. I'm pumped for this. Ojabo going to shut it down? You think Ojabo goes crazy? This thing's going to be fire. This thing will be so fire. I hope a whole bunch of you guys do the drills. They don't like opt out. And then we have what else is it? Is it line? I think it is linebackers. Linebackers going to be fire too, man. Both these positions are very possible needs, or especially linebacker. So, dang, man. Asamoah should run well. Who else we got in here? Who else will stick out? Damone Clark might. N'Kobe Dean should run really fast. JoJo DeMan will be someone to keep an eye on. I could see him being a late pick if he slips through. Who else would be a good one? I had Hansford on my mock. Christian Harris. A lot of people bring him. DeMarco Jackson is Rad's guy. Drake Jackson. Drake Jackson's an interesting one because he just needs consistency. He needs consistency big time. That's an interesting one though for defensive end for sure. Jermaine Johnson. I mean, he looked real good at the Senior Bowl. He'll probably test numbers really well, and then he'll probably keep rising in stock. Yeah, I don't have him as a top 10 player anywhere near that, but hey, Devin Lloyd, he'll probably test well. Gosh, dude, there's so much hype here. Chad Muma, Boye. Yeah, this is good. Nefi Sewell. Uh-oh. Nefi Sewell. Stop it. Come on, man. Agbania. I'm sorry. That name always gets me. I think you've brought that name before. It always gets me, though. It always gets me. Brandon Smith. Oh, yeah, that's true. He'll probably run well, too. Maybe not even run well, just test well. Because they got some athletes at Penn State. Both the other linebacker, too, not named Brandon Smith. What is his name? They have the other linebacker there, too. I don't know if he's at the combine, though. Hey, Walker. Yeah, there's a lot of good ones here. And then defensive backs. We'll get into that when we get there, but I'm ready for that. Let me get that off the screen. That'll be good. All right, let me get these beats pulled back up. Oop. Wait, what did I just share? I just shared the same screen. Okay, hold on. What? Okay, one second. That's not it. That's weird how that looks, though. Have you guys ever seen that? All right, here we go. I definitely broke something on this. Oh, it restarted. Oh, no. Let's go to this one. No, this one's fire. Let's do this one. Nice. Bam. Ellis Brooks. There you go. Micah McFadden. Oh yeah, I watched some Micah McFadden. When did I watch him? I watched him before we did our reacting to mock drafts. I watched some Micah McFadden. We should have a pass rush. Gosh dang, man. If we don't have a pass rush after this year, we messed up the offseason. That's the only way I can put it. If we don't come out next year with a pass rush, we blew the offseason. There we go. All right. Is that Rutgers? Is that what it is? You don't like to move to 4-3? Explain. Why not? I think it fits our personnel. I think it fits what we're trying to do. I think it fits gap shooting better. I think it fits Levi really well. And Michael Brockers, sort of, because Michael Brockers has played in the 3-4 with the LA, but I think it can fit. I just think it fits the, not even necessarily like where I'm putting it positionally. I just think it fits the style you want to play with defensively out of a 4-3. Now, we will have to figure some things out. Austin Bryant's weird. I don't know where Austin Bryant fits in there. I've seen Mike Rose. I have seen Mike Rose. That would be the guy, though. Like, Austin Bryant feels like the weird guy out. I don't know where he goes. I hope we resign him, yeah. Like the double window. Hey, that's some wild stuff going on there. You don't want that. That'll make you sick. There's a lot going on in that. Because he said otherwise. Yeah, no, for sure. He said yeah, he would prefer playing a stand-up role. So I don't, and I feel like it's easy to like, okay, for 4-3, it's always, but you can definitely play a stand-up role in a 4-3 defense. You just have to play him in that role. I think for him, he's got the build to be able to really play over a tackle, even from a stand-up role like he did with Michigan. And it's not like all they did was play 3-4, right? I mean, he played 4-3 to pass. He prefers a stand-up role. But you still got 2-4-5 looks in there. Like, they played an NFL-style offense. So it makes it interesting. The way I look at it, makes it real interesting for Aiden Hutchinson fit. Because I don't know if it's ideal now, depending on how the Lions want to go about it. But if they want to play like their wide 7, wide 9, if they want to do something like that, and have him just play a stand-up role, that's perfectly fine. He'll fit in right there. The only thing is, I think it benefits him more. I think it does. I think it benefits his skill set more to stand up. That's the only thing I see there. But who knows, man? Who knows? Please react to the inside. I know, man. I forgot. I really did. I should have. I was watching the Quandre Diggs stuff, and I completely forgot, man. Daniel Falele, that dude is huge. He is huge. What is he, 340 pounds? Oh my gosh. I didn't know he was that big. What? Cross my fingers we develop some DBs this year. Oh, come on. We're already on the way. Cameron, we're already on the way, man. Don't sleep on Mayaji Sanders. I'm a little bit sleeping on him, but not a ton sleeping on him because I've watched Sanders before. He wasn't like a super impact guy, I felt like, in some of his games that I've seen on the L22. But I won't sleep on him because I think he showed out in the Senior Bowl and kind of put himself on guys' radar. I won't sleep on him, especially when it comes to like mid to late rounds. But anything higher than that, as of now, I wouldn't go that high. But he'll definitely be something to keep an eye on, especially in this. He could test well. Just by the style he plays with. Right now, who do you want at 2 or mocking at 2? I'm gonna be honest. Look, I don't know. Hold up. Yeah, I gotta say it. I think there's a very real possibility that at 2 the Lions take Kayvon. I would say to this, if I had to predict right now, I would say the Lions take Kayvon at 2. Or trade back and try to grab Kayvon. If I had to predict, that's not what I would do. That's if I was predicting. I'm mocking still Hutchinson for us. I would just have to know if they're cool with using him like that. Because I'm with you guys completely. There ain't no way I'm putting Hutchinson and playing him as a 4-3 and putting his hand in the dirt and be like, look, you can't, you're not going to stand up with us. It's like, whoa, he's not comfortable there. You just wasted your 2 pick. From a pure projection standpoint, I think that's who it is. Does 4-3 equal big man from GA at number 2. That's a typo? That I mean, hey, look, we like the creativity. Chat, what do we think? Does this mean Jordan Davis is a hey, look, and that could, I mean, look, it could open up the door for a guy like Jordan Davis. I don't think at 2, but it could, because then you put him at the, you shade him over not shade him, but you put him over the shoulder of the guard, right? So you slide him at 1 tech. Put Ali McNeil. It'd be weird because Ali McNeil then would probably be playing like more of your 3, unless, he went to something different. He'd be playing like your 3. You could make it work because Ali McNeil's shown it, but I think that's what the role they want for Levi. I think that's the Levi role, is the 3 tech. Still a big gap, and I don't think you want to put Aleem constantly at the 5. Not saying he can't do it. You don't always want the dude there. To take a tackle in draft. Fart poop. It'll absolutely be a good idea. We need to at least get some sort of tackle. Your money with that. Oh my gosh, I know, and I hate the gaps, dude. The gaps are the worst. When you have to wait like 70 picks, 76 picks. I don't think it stays like that. Maybe it even becomes a bigger gap, but there will be movement. I would guarantee there's going to be movement in this draft. Thoughts on Dax Hill? I feel like his abilities. No, I agree. It's just the role that he played, right? It feels like a sort of a Petrie role. He just played slot. He played slot so much for them. It was kind of weird. And then they put 2 guys, but he's such an athlete, and he'll attack downfield, but you want to feel like he can play different spots. But it could take a little bit of a transition to consistently be able to play as a deep safety. But I also don't think he'd play himself out here, because first off, you played a 4-2-5 in any defensive sets, he just plug in as your 3rd defensive back. It's a high pick to do that, but he might slip a little bit. I don't think he will because of how much he's around the football, but he's a great athlete, super fast. He'll probably kill it when he gets defensive backs in terms of 40 time. Why would you say Kayvon? I would say Kayvon, and I'm hesitant to say it a little bit because I don't think, from a pure projection idea, I don't think that I don't know if he's like the perfect like Lions type of guy, but for a couple reasons. First thing being that I think he is very explosive, and you want to talk about, and look, so is Aiden Hutchinson, very explosive, and he can be very explosive with his hand in the dirt, working, to the quarterback super fast. Like, he can just blow you way off the edge, and he's so fast in that regard that there are certain times guys will just jump because they can't keep up with him, or they'll completely overset and he'll just walk inside. He is so fast off the edge. It's just one of those things that you feel like you can't teach. He's also got a build, I think, to play a straight up 4-3 DN. So if you were just trying to play a guy hand in dirt, he could do that. He's just, we talked about some of the effort stuff, which you don't love. That'd be my biggest setback. And another thing is he's not the consistent run defender that Hutchinson is. Don't think so. He doesn't always set the edge extremely well. I don't think he's as good as player as Aiden Hutchinson is, but I could see it. I could see a lot of it based on the athleticism and possibly some fit there. The one free agent or trade you want the Lions to make this offseason? I want the Lions to re-sign Tracy, and I want him to sign Jordan Whitehead. I would love to see them sign Jordan Whitehead. I'd be pumped. When they signed Alex, I loved it because it's one guy I really wanted. They got him. I would love to sign Jordan Whitehead. You said it, Amari Cooper. Yeah, no, I don't think anybody's trading for that. That'd be a lot. That'd be your number one. I get it, but I wouldn't spend that much money on a receiver in free agency. But maybe his price is lower than I think. Maybe it's like $9 million. If it's like 9-10 mil, I could see it. But I just think it's probably gonna push like 15 to 18 plus. I wouldn't spend that much on a free agent receiver just because the production almost never matches what you would expect. And again, it's like if he's that dude where it's like, if a guy, let's say you spend 15, 16, 17, 18 million dollars like Kenny Golladay last year on a free agent, he's supposed to be that guy where it's like he's literally always open 101. But that kind of guy, I feel like you find a way to keep him on the team. I don't know. I feel like you find a way, but so it gives me a little pause on that. But I definitely think he's a better player than Michael Gallup, so I get it. And would I be mad if they sign him? No. We will sign Tracy. I agree. I hope so. Maybe 32 or 34, the Jets will grab him. Aiden's run defense is so much better. Oh, it's so much better. It's on another level. Aiden's one of the best run defenders in this class. You know, I mean, without question, out of any position. I think that's the thing I think about Aiden. I feel like Aiden is going to be one of those dudes, to this question, to what he's saying. I think Aiden's going to be one of those guys that he's just going to get better. Like, I don't see a situation where Aiden doesn't get better every year, every game. He just feels like that kind of guy to me, where I would almost bank on the fact that he's just going to keep getting better. And I know that's what they look for a lot is there growth there? Is there development ability here, right? Will he develop? Because you have to be able to improve over time, and you have to believe that that guy can improve over time. And I feel like he's that guy where he can improve over time. And plus, I think he's the best right now, but I think he can improve over time, where it's like I plug him in, whatever he does this year, he'll be better next year, and he'll be better after that, and he'll just keep coming back. So I love that about him. But again, for a predictions side, I don't know. I have a weird feel about this. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong though. It's still very early. I'll probably change my mind many times. JV and Clowney, just because of the injuries, saying he wants to go where the taxes are not too high. Hey, hold up. He's already got it planned out. He's gonna take his paycheck and dip. That's tough. Juju is a free agent. Oh wait, is Juju not going to be a free agent? Did I read that, or is he?
We may not know.
I think he's going to be a free agent. Thing with Juju, I don't like though, is he's like a big slot, and I think Juju would have been better with like a different offensive system because he was kind of limited with what they were doing. But he's like a big slot, you know. And it's like, okay, I don't know if we need that. I'd rather have a guy on the perimeter that's going to win one-on-one all the time. I don't know if he's that guy. I can see Aiden being a bust since he didn't play well against better teams. I thought Aiden played well. I'm gonna be honest. Like the way I take it when people say like, "Oh, he didn't play well against Georgia," I thought he played well against Georgia. Absolutely. And the thing is with that game, we got to notice is they played away from him. They changed their offense, but they also got in a spot where Michigan couldn't hang. Like every position that you have on a team, I feel like in some way can be minimized. Like you can kind of take some of the power out of every position. I can take the power out of pass rushers. It's difficult, but I can do it. And the way I can do that is I can get ahead, get a lead so I don't have to drop back, play away from you. That's always an easy one. But if I can run the ball consistently, I get ahead, I'm not dropping back and passing, I'm not in third and long, it's tough for a pass rusher to really do what he does best. And I thought they did that at a really high level. And it's also why Ojabo was ridiculously quiet in that game. You know, they were just quiet. But I don't think Aiden was bad. I mean, he has some nice pass rush wins in there. You know, he still did well from what I remember. I thought he was fantastic against Ohio State. Where Boye Mafe didn't do much, I thought he dominated Ohio State. Now, I have a little pause on that because I've seen other guys that don't really seem that great give Ohio State some problems because their tackle play was kind of inconsistent. But I thought he played well in that game. The Georgia one's the only one that comes up, but I don't think he played bad in the Georgia game at all. Actually, I know PFF doesn't think he did. They gave him like a 78 in that game, but I don't think he played bad in that game. I just think it was just the situation. He couldn't, if they were down by 10 the whole game, you know, and they had to pass, he would have went crazy on him. Or he might not have went crazy, but at least we've gotten more of an opportunity to see it. We just didn't get an opportunity to see it, I think, because of the situation. And I don't know about the Michigan State one. I don't know. I'd have to watch that one back. Honestly, I have no idea. I don't remember how he played in the Michigan State one. I have to get back to his film. That's why I'm going to do this versus video soon because I just want to remind myself. I don't know how he played against Michigan State. And I know Michigan State fans. Look, I would do this too. I wouldn't do this because for me, like for the draft, I don't care where the guy's from. But like, if I'm like a big time Michigan State fan, I'm like, oh gosh, we killed Aiden Hutchinson. Because you did. They beat us. So it's like, yeah, they must have. But I don't know how he played in that game. I don't know. I know Kenneth Walker was eaten. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know. I gotta watch that one back. That could be a game that maybe he was quiet. I'm not sure. I didn't think the Georgia one though he was bad. I thought he was really solid in that game. I think that trading Taylor Decker away, solid draft pick, and a couple could be good for idea. You think so? But I don't know. I get the idea of it. I really do because Taylor Decker's not a perfect tackle, but he's helped us so much. And now he's locked into his extension. I get the idea because it could be cheaper. The only thing is, like, I always have pause on getting rid of a guy that produces, especially if I extended him. Like, I just have a little pause on getting rid of a guy that produces, and like it's not like I can't win with him, you know. So just doing it for the money reasons makes it tough. You know, that's what makes it tough. It's sometimes you got to do it financially. Got to do it. Hopefully, we don't get in a situation where we have to do stuff like that. Oh, my beat. Wait. Nope. Go back to the beginning. This is the beat right here. This thing's on my actual playlist. Can we? What? Hey, let me know if y'all can hear this. Oh my gosh, this is the beat, man. This is it. This is it. I just hear situation is here because I like Cephas and Josh Reynolds. But they got to resign Josh. I feel you though. I mean, Cephas is pretty much good Goff's favorite. He was. I mean, someone had to be. Gosh dang, man, we were bad. I think also Ben Johnson sparked life into what we had, and St. Brown also just developed like crazy. It's an interesting situation, but just based on what they said alone, I feel like they're gonna go get they're gonna go get a top receiver on the outside. Because even when I watch Cephas, I like him a lot. He's not always consistently getting open. He's physical. I think he could really dominate from slot. He's just not always getting open. Like if I put my top corner on him, he wouldn't always be getting separation where I can okay, he's running this route, he's gonna be open. It's something I noticed with Cooper Kupp is and I brought this up last year. There's a lot of routes Stafford would throw last year where you could just watch that route. You know, I mean, of course you got to move the safety and stuff, but you just expected one-on-one when you knew it was one-on-one coverage. He was getting open. You could throw it that way. I don't know if I would completely say that I felt like that way with Cephas, but I do like Cephas for sure. He's going to come back. He's going to help us a lot because he stepped up. Someone had to, and he did. So shout out to Quintus Cephas. He surprised me. He played way better than I thought he would. Strip sack fumble takeaway from him in the MSU game. Oh, there you go. There you go. Yeah, I don't remember that game for the third time as a Spartan Hutch is a freaking Frankenstein. He did run a slow 40. He did. He ran a very slow 40, which helped us because he fell. I heard he ran like a 4.5 something at a pro day. Pretty petty. Oh wait, petty. Oh no, pretty. Lions draft much as long as the other team picks first. The Jacksonville Jaguars. Yeah, Jacksonville's gotta go. I mean, who's their coach, right? Doug Peterson. He might go D-line. He might. I don't know. I'll go tackle though. I go tackle. If I got Trevor Lawrence, and I think he's the guy. I gotta go tackle, man. I got to. Just to help him out. Just like, hey, okay, you believe in me, like help me out a little bit. I don't know, man. You don't have to do it. Some teams don't do it. Depends on your scheme, I guess. But ooh, is this a beat? I like this one. Yeah, this is fire too. Okay. So this is good too. Hutch needs to leave Michigan, in my opinion. He needs to get out of Michigan. I mean, I can see that side of it. It's like, okay, maybe don't want to play in the state. What do you think about Cole Beasley? I want to get Cole Beasley. I don't think I'd be. Hey, he did get released though, right? I don't know. He's always productive, man. Shout out to Cole Beasley. He's like 50 years old. He's always productive. I mean, he's another guy that wouldn't be mad about signing, but I feel like I'm almost taking up a roster spot that I don't need to. Shout out to Cole. Hey, I like Cole Beasley though. That's a good receiver. Who would you take realistically in draft a receiver? I take a lot of these dudes, man. I could go down the list. Hold up, let me pull up my list. Who would I realistically draft? Who would I be happy about drafting? Where I'm like, oh yeah, Lions, we did it. Let me see. And this is subject to change. There's so many names on this list now. Okay, Drake London, Traylon Burks, Jamison Williams, Christian Watson. Who could I realistically though? There's really not many I wouldn't want to draft, to be honest. I like a lot of these dudes. Most of them I'm cool with. There's a lot of the guys that I like. There's only a few that I'm like, might want to stay away there. Not many though. Yeah, Okuda. Yeah, it's a big year for Jeff. I agree. I don't think he has to be our one though. I think that's what he's gonna put on himself, and it may be what the Lions come into is the idea he's gonna be the one because he came in last year as the one. Remember, he was above. He was before the whole weird situation with not DeMarlo. Who's the other corner we had from Seattle? I can't think of dude's name. But before that went down, he was our top corner. But I think dudes are pushing. Plus, there's guys healthy. Iffy and Jacobs, they're playing for that spot, man. And even Amani, like he's on his last year too, so he's playing for a contract now. Shout out to Amani balling out, not on a contract year. You love to see it. You love to see it. Best offseason ad, new trainer. Oh gosh. Okay. Hopefully we're not talking about that. We did something wrong if we're talking about that. He plays angry. I like that. There you go. Like an overheated engine. I see. Okay. Pringle could fit. I'll have to watch some Pringle. I only watched DeMarcus Robinson. I didn't love it. Was that Brown? What Brown? Did my camera turn brown? Why do I look like this? Why does my camera look like this? This camera looks so bad. Why does it look like this? All right. That's tough, man. I don't know why they do be like that. Is Calvin really going to be a free agent? I don't know. I don't know about that one. Let me just look it up. I have no idea. Well, he's in trade rumors. Sounds like he might be traded. I don't know what happened in that situation. Why did that go down? I don't know. Dang, that's messed up. Why are they still doing it? That's crazy. 2 best secret weapons for the draft. 1 for D and 1 for O. Ooh, secret weapons? Like a gadget player or like a secret pick? Like a sleeper pick. Is that what you're saying? I don't know. It's a good one. Let me know. You let me know yours and I'll think of some. George Pickens. I'm not taking George Pickens. I want to take him super high, but I like him. Took a break for mental health. Oh. He picked up his 5th-year option? Oh, he's probably staying then. Or maybe that adds to trade value, though, because he picked it up and he's under contract. Too many days. We have a lot of injuries, man. That's true. That's true. Taking that serious, we do have too many injuries. We always got a lot of injuries, though. Is that the trainer's fault, or what is that? I don't know. The team doctor? All right, this was yesterday. Let me see D-line. But yeah, man, there's a couple tackles I would take in this draft. Top heavy. Okay, now did you guys see the dude from the NAIA today? They had the tackle out of the NAIA from Colston. What was it? Colston, shoot. What was his name? Let me find his name. Ooh, it is good. Okay. His name was... Wait, what was his name? Shoot, I can't find him. I don't remember who it was. I really don't remember. Was he a tackle? Oh, man. I got to find this guy. That's not him. Oh, here he is. Andrew Rupkich. All right. His numbers were not good. 27 hatches vertical. It wasn't the worst. 5'3", 540. 9 broad jump. This dude was from the NAIA, man. Culver Stockton. What? I was like, oh snap! I was hyped. I didn't think he did well. I didn't think he did that well. But just the fact that he's there is an accomplishment on his own, man. Like, good, congratulations, man. Good for you. He looked built kind of weird though. Like when he was running, he looked like this. He looked kind of like a Roblox character. That's what I thought of. He was like real top heavy. It looked weird. It was like, okay, you don't like most of the tackles. They look kind of like base heavy. He looked like real top heavy. I was like, what the heck? That's sweet though that he was just there. Troy Johnson and Wandale Rob. Oh, well, okay, Wandale Robinson. Ooh, those are good. You see, special teams coordinator was yes. The special teams coordinator was mad at him? No, I didn't see that. I did see him sitting out there though. He was chilling. Good for him, just chilling. Who y'all think? Oh no, we already made our linebacker coach, man. We got Calvin Shepard's our linebacker coach now. Calvin Shepard's our inside linebacker coach. We could hire someone else, but Calvin Shepard's our inside linebacker coach. We promoted him, and Todd Wash is now the entire D-line coach. Because last year was kind of weird for him. I mean, he was like, okay, I'm running a 3-4 defense, which I haven't ran before. Plus, the outside linebacker is not something I do, so that was Calvin Shepard. But Calvin Shepard was an inside linebacker, so now he's our linebacker coach. Now, you guys are bringing up this. They kept talking about this, man. They kept bringing this up today. They were like, Aaron Rodgers. What do they keep saying about Aaron Rodgers? They kept saying that he was torn on his decision. He says, according to a report by Mike Florio of NBC, Aaron Rodgers has been linked to Titans, Steelers, and Broncos. Where he leaves Green Bay. LOL. Okay, I think you added that part. Dude, for me, Rodgers got, first off, if I was Rodgers, I'd want to go. Secondly, I think Broncos is money. Stop. Broncos. I think Broncos is money. I think Broncos is money for him. I mean, I can't remember. Someone made a good comparison. They were comparing the Broncos situation to Tom Brady going to the Bucs situation. And I think about first, I'm like, oh, that don't make sense. But then if you really think about it, you're like, hold up. Yeah, because Tampa Bay was like, what, 7-9 when he got there? And they had Jameis Winston. And then he comes in to go to Super Bowl. You go to the Broncos, who last year I thought they were a real good team. The only thing I'm worried about with the Broncos is defense. That's it. Defense is the only, because they lost Vic Fangio. It's like I don't know how that's gonna continue. Is this thing working yet? No, that ain't working. We'll see though, man. We'll see. Oh, shout out to my man Theo. What's going on, man? What is that? What is that? What is that? Okay, I don't know what that picture is. I'm like, man, it's good to see you in the chat. Hey, let's get some birthday cakes in the chat. I can't comment a birthday cake, which is unfortunate. Can we get some birthday cakes in the chat? I've not seen the episode episode yet though. I will check it out. Let's get someone else at linebacker coach. Why? We can't just fire the guy we just promoted. You got to promote him and then fire him. Like, oh, Stat, hey, we thought it'd be a good idea, but a week later we decided it ain't gonna work. I don't think you can do that, man. The Crybaby Diaries. Oh, y'all don't know this. Okay. How long have we been live? There we go. Shout out to the birthday cakes in the chat, man. I appreciate it. Show them the love. Hey. I can't comment any birthday cakes, which is unfortunate. Yeah. If he can win a Super Bowl in Green Bay, then he can't win. Yeah, but like I get what you're saying there. But I feel like Green Bay. I feel like with Green Bay, it's never understood birthday in the cat. Hey, birthday cakes. It's just like for us, it isn't like an actual birthday. It's just like okay, we showing some love with some birthday cakes, you know, because you can't go wrong with the birthday cake. So in this case, we're just showing some love. Like, oh, yeah, okay, what's going on? Here's the birthday cake. Yeah, it could be angel food. It looks like a lot of you guys have chocolate birthday cakes in there, but you know, any birthday cake you want it to be. That's you could comment a cookie too. I mean, look, Ken always goes, you know, and he goes with the lollipop and ice cream. So you can, you know, do whatever you want. Hot dogs, okay, hot dogs. I don't know about hot. Okay, you know that's fine. Some people eat hot dogs when they're excited. Wait, hold up, pause. But no, the thing with the Packers situation, I feel like it can't get better. That's how I look at it. You haven't won here yet. This isn't going to get better. Green Bay is going to lose pieces this year. Aside from the draft, they're going to get worse. Even if you bring him back somehow. You did his contract so you can move on. He's then under contract for 1 year. Are you going to extend him? Like, you're going to be running it back with a worse team if you ask me. So if I was him, I would be like, hey, I'm on my way out. I'm going to try something different. I understand he's going to a tough division, but if you're that dude, it shouldn't matter. Stafford went to the NFC West. NFC West was supposed to be the best team in the NFL. Didn't matter. I think that could be a good idea for him because the team is set up. It's got a defense. It's got everything but the quarterback, and then they want the guy. So it's like you literally have your offensive coordinator there, man. He's literally there. Just go there. Love watching those. It's got to come back. Gaming will come back. I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna hit on that after this combine's over because the combine's really been tying me up. Like from 4 to 11 o'clock, you know, or now even later than that. I'm just like, okay, I'm just like locked in. I do nothing else. So it's kind of tying me up a little bit. But after this, we'll get back on gaming because I've been wanting to do it. I got to find games. So always feel free to leave suggestions, but I'm down to do it. Okay, let me make sure I didn't miss something. What's going on, Shrek? Oh, Shrek. Okay, I see you, Shrek. Bro, Aaron Rodgers wants $50 million a year. Hey. But you know what though? Maybe a new report came out, but I heard that's kind of whack. Like the report of it's kind of whack, and I think McAfee broke it down. First off, it didn't come from Aaron Rodgers, you know, and apparently McAfee broke it down well, and he even texted Aaron Rodgers. Aaron was like, "No, that's not the case. It's not about money for me. He just hasn't made a decision on whether he wants to stay or not. I think he should just leave. He might want $50 million though. He might, and the thing is, like, it's gonna keep resetting itself, like it always does." But if Denver's willing to pay $50 million, like, dang, do it, man. Like, go win right now. I don't know. I mean, if I was Aaron Rodgers, I'm coming off 2 MVPs. I'm asking for $50 million too. I mean, straight up, I'm asking for $50 million for somebody. Hey, somebody's got to find a way to make this work. Y'all can do all this cap setups. I want $50 million. Okay, make it work. Denver will make it work. I'm telling you, if Denver can get their hands on it and they're like, hey, but you got to give me $50 million a year, somehow they'll make it work. I believe it. Wouldn't you ask for that too, though? Cut off 2 MVPs? Like, how could you not? I'm not saying they're going to give it to you, but how could you not at least you got to start the asking price high. I mean, Stafford didn't play that well this season. I thought he played really well this season. I thought he was the best quarterback in the National Football League when you look at numbers, the fact that he won the Super Bowl. I don't get caught up in interceptions because I know they're all created. They're not created equally. You know what? You know how I know? Okay, not how I know this, but I went back and I watched 20. What year was that? 2013. 2013, the year we had the fake spike on Dallas and we won that game. At that point, we were 5-3 in the season. And they show the Lions' upcoming schedule, right? What's the rest of the season? And they show Tampa Bay on there because we won next week. We beat Chicago. We're 6-3. They show Tampa Bay, and I'm like, hold up. Tampa Bay was winless at the time. I was like, didn't we lose to Tampa Bay? Like, I remember losing to Tampa Bay. So I put on Tampa Bay. We lost to Tampa Bay, but it's like every interception can be created different. For example, like you look at that Dallas Cowboy game. He had like 4 picks in that game. I think 2 of them, Kelvin, like dropped it into the defense player's hands. Then he comes to Tampa Bay. He does the same thing at like the 5-yard line. You got Chris Durham throwing the ball back in. I'm like, what? Hey, Chris Durham's. I like Chris Durham. Chris Durham's decision to throw the ball back in bounds was the goofiest thing I've ever seen. If you guys know what I'm talking about, you know. He caught the ball on the sideline and like threw it back in bounds. I was like, what the heck? But we got the ball back, and then the pick off of Calvin Sanders to the 5-yard line. It's just like, I think all that matters, honestly, is just did you win? Like that's what it always just seems to come down to. And the point is, I don't think winning is a quarterback stat. I definitely think it's a team stat, but it's like, hey, do it however you got to do it. You know what I'm saying? Do it however you got to do it. Whatever you're gonna ask for. Certain guys can't throw picks. For example, here's how I look at it. You can't play in an offense like ours last year and throw a lot of picks. If you do that, we're never winning a football game because we didn't take shots. Certain teams in the league take a lot of shots. You can afford to throw some dang picks because you know you're going to get back out there and you can go get his 70-yard reception just like that. We didn't have big plays. So us throwing picks was a killer. Charles Barkley said that Aaron Rodgers is that girl that needs to be told she's pretty every day. Okay, dang, that's tough. That's unfortunate. Tom Clancy's Wildlands. Hey, are those games lit? I might have to check those out. He said God of War. We need to sign Jesse Bates for one. He's a best in. I like Jesse Bates a lot. Yeah. I just don't. You knew him, and that's sweet. Yeah, I'd want him too. Then if I were you, the only thing is I don't think Bengals are gonna let him go. I'm just hoping that because they couldn't get the deal with him the first time to let him go somehow. I don't think it'll happen, but hey, if he's available, I like Jesse Bates a lot. They print money in Denver. There you go. See, look. You can't trust him that much because he sometimes throws too big. Yeah, the NFC Championship one was rough, but you got to catch the ball, man. I mean, hey, it is what it is. But like even in that, you could point out the drop touchdowns that they had too. Like Cooper Kupp literally dropped a touchdown. Ben Skoranek dropped a touchdown. It's like, they should have caught that too. Like this is literally the Triple Crown, and he dropped this. It's like, so I mean, I don't know. It's just how it goes, man. I guess. But if they got it done. He got it done. And they did have great weapons. You're right. Until the Super Bowl came around and they lose Cooper Kupp, and you don't have Woods, and then they had Ben Skoranek. It was like, oh gosh. You knew when he dropped that touchdown, when he was wide open, this was not going to go well. You knew Ben Skoranek was not going to play well. And then it was like, okay, yeah, it looks bad. Real bad. But you know what that I think opened my eyes to? It makes me feel like the way like Stafford played last year. It's just really like tells you how much it really is important schematically to just play to the guy's strengths, because this is 1 year in. And I know they showcased a lot of his no-look passes this year, and he's always done that with Detroit. But it's 1 year in. And I get because he's in LA, they're going to showcase those. But if you watch, every screen pass he threw was basically a no-look. It's like the comfort level, knowing where guys are going to be, the comfort level within the system. It almost just makes you feel like this is so important. Like this can get so overlooked in the grand scheme of all. We look at O-line and receivers and the quarterback, and it's like, what about the guy that's designing all this? I mean, we felt the Ben Johnson effect immediately. I think free agency starts the 6th no, 18th. I think it's the 18th, and 16th is when they can start talking to players. I think that might not be exact, but I think that's it. Play with him. Thorough high school. That's sweet. That's sweet. We had talent. Never had talent with Lions. Yeah, it was unfortunate. That whole thing was unfortunate, man. I'm just hoping we can find some kind of consistency now. I mean, we never really found it. We never found it before. We got to find it here. We need Martha Ford. And I was actually talking to those dad talking about this. We need Martha Ford to take this so serious. And look, on the surface, as of now, she's taking this serious enough. No. She's taking it serious so far. But she needs to take it so serious where there is no, well, I'm going to step down and pass this Lions team now. There can't be that. That can't even be in your back of your head. You took over the job as the owner. We need you to stay as the owner and run this football team like you want to go win something. You know, you can't be somewhat dialed in where it's like, oh, 2 years later, I might just step down. I get age is a factor, but we need her to lock into this because I know she's not making decisions and stuff, but having someone else take over is probably going to lead to another firing. It easily could, and that's happened before. Like having her, who's been involved in stuff, she believes in these guys. She went out to go hire him. There was no anybody telling her who to hire. It was Chris Spielman, help me out. You know, it was this dude, help me out. You know, get them all in here, help me out. Let's figure this out. We'll interview these guys. We'll make the decisions. Now she's got to do it. Like she's got to just hang in there and rock with her guys and give them an opportunity, a fair opportunity. Understand where the path is. Be patient with it. Because even her, she fired the people as soon as she stepped in there. We need that, I feel like, from the top down. And there's some owners that are like that. And there's some owners, there's actually a lot of owners in the league that find success. I mean, that do that. Not every owner does, but some of them do. And they're just, it's so invested. I'm not talking about Jerry Jones. He's a goofball. But I'm talking about, you know, like Robert Kraft. You know, I mean, he's talked about it all the time in there, and I don't really always have a real GM, but Ramsey dropped a pick. Ramsey kept falling down. I don't know what pick you're talking about, but I know he kept falling down. That Stafford threw against the Titans. Was that when he was here? Or was that last year? I feel like you're talking about when he was here. Tomorrow's D-line and running backs only. No. Today was running backs. Today was running backs. Tomorrow is D-line and linebackers. Hutchinson not doing the bench. Oh, that's unfortunate. I guess it's okay. I don't know if he would have killed that. No, he probably would have killed it. I don't know. It's okay, though. It's all right. I want a good linebacker so bad. 2S. I like that. I'm good with that, too. Why Ramsey always wear the mask? I don't know. That must be just like something that he thinks he looks cool, which I don't got an issue. If you feel like you look cool and you're like, dang, I'm sweet. I look sweet. And it makes you play better, then do it. Like, I feel like some people just wear certain things for style. It's as simple as that. Like, well, there's actually a medical reason he wears. Like, not he might just think he looks sweet with it. If it's comfortable, maybe he doesn't like showing his face. Whatever it is, as long as you're comfy. Like, I think a lot of people in basketball, they wear like those tights in the legs. I've tried them before. I hated them. Maybe I had it wrong. I just hated them. I was like, yeah, these look kind of cool. But then I wore them like, these are terrible. Could not do it. I think some people just like, man, these look cool. And I play better with him. It's just like in your head. So I think it's one of those things. I think maybe it is something though. It's like, oh, okay, you can't have this much wind on your face or something. I don't know. I don't think so. But, or maybe it's so people can't read his lips. I feel like it's because, you know, it's just a comfortability thing. Ooh, okay. She ain't going nowhere. Yeah, she better not. I mean, she better stick through this. I hope she does. We need the owners to take this thing serious, you know? And that's been the backlash on them many times. But just take this serious. Let's go. You have to be a major part of this turnaround. You know, this isn't just gonna happen. Field trenches, both sides of the anchors, draft skill players mid-round. Sound familiar? It does not sound familiar at all, actually. No, yeah, absolutely. And I believe that's what's gonna happen. D-line's gonna be hit again. Bam, we're gonna smack D-line. I think we'll grab another tackle. I don't know, though. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. There's certain positions that I'm wondering about whether they'll hit it or not, but those things I completely believe they'll do, too. I agree. Is Aaron Donald retired? But there's always those outliers because they have drafted high. Like, Tavon Austin, I think, was the year they got that he was started there from Brad Holmes, and they drafted Tavon Austin at like 8 or 6 or something. They've also drafted Alec Ogletree in round 1 at the very end. It didn't work out, but they did that. I think most part and we did a video on this, but yeah, I agree. Bro, Dion, I think we all agree Swift looks so cool. Best uniform it says. Oh yeah, Swift he looks swagged out. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. I agree. Yeah, he's got the visor, he's got he's got it all going on. New cereal, Linos. Okay. Linos. I like that. People will probably make a lot of jokes about that, but I like the idea. Is Aaron Donald retiring? I don't think so. No, I don't think he's retiring. There's a lot of retirement talk after the Super Bowl. I don't think he's retiring though. I mean, he could. I mean, he's got this ring. He's done all he can do. I mean, you could do more, but he's literally been insane. So if he wants to retire, come out of retirement, join the Lions, help us out. I mean, I'm cool with that. Maybe if he wants to reunite with his buddy Michael Brockers. I mean, we don't have an issue with it. Getting against the Titans last year. He was about to get safety and was blindly threw it out of the end zone. It was picked off. I don't remember that. The Titans last year? I think I washed the entire 2020 season out of my head because it was just so garbage. It was legit garbage. And yeah, I mean, but there's also like Stafford. Yeah, he does throw picks. I mean, that's just who he is. His style as a quarterback. So you got to make that work, and I feel like as a style for that quarterback, you got to be like, all right, we're going to have picks, but he's also not going to, you can't play Stafford like you're going to play, I think, of Jared Goff. You can't play Stafford as a guy that's, we're going to methodically move it down the field. Like, no, he wants to take shots. That's what he's best at. Let him do it. You might get a pick here and there, but you have to be okay with that because he's going to make big plays. And I think one thing that sticks out there is the Bengals game. I thought he played a super clean game. I know 2 picks, but I don't think either of them really mattered. The way that he played, it showed like, yeah, hey, I know I can't push the ball, so I got to take what's there. I thought he played phenomenal. I thought he played better. I thought he'd force things, and he didn't. But I don't remember that pick. I don't want to remember it either. I don't remember that one though. The Titans game. Oh gosh, we had some ugly games. Oh, that's the one where didn't Hawkinson fumble? I think Hawkinson fumbled. Oh my gosh, guys, we've been a disaster for so long. Like we do the dumbest things, man. Let me see. And then someone fumbled at like the 1 yard line. It's like, what the heck, man? We were a disaster, bro. Oh my gosh. Okay, I gotta check this out real quick though, because I want to see this pick that you're talking about. Let me see. But yeah, man, I think it does tell you like it's also just the confidence you have in your team and which you got around the guy, but also it is important like the scheme you have too. Oh, then he laid that. Okay, that was beautiful. But wait, when was this? Was this the first quarter? This beat is fire. Oh, Swift fumbled at the 1. We were going in to score down 14 and Swift fumbled at the 1. Like good teams don't do that. Yo, I remember that. I was like, oh my gosh. Yo, we could not get a stop on defense either, dude. We need to play better. Like what do they call it? Not team ball. We not balance, like offense to defense. We gotta be better there. Oh my gosh. If Haskins 177 or 180, would you take him? That's a good question. I like Haskins a lot. I wish we could have saw him run today. He just reminds me so much of Jamal. I don't think like it would be a top priority, but he'd definitely be on my board if he was at that spot. I'd consider it depending on who else is there and what else I already picked up. Because I do like Haskins a lot. And if you're not going to bring back Jamal, Haskins would be perfect. But you might be able to find a guy like that next year. I don't know. There's always that. Depending on how we handle the 32nd, 34. I'd like us to use wide receiver and then linebacker, or linebacker then wide receiver. Thoughts? I'm cool with that too. Yeah. I think we'll wait longer on linebacker. I think, but at the same time, like I think it could easily be a linebacker there. I think there's multiple guys. I think Quay Walker might be in consideration there because I don't think Nakobe Dean or Devin Lloyd will be there. But I think Quay Walker might play himself into consideration. I'm not Troy Anderson. I don't think he'll be that high. Chad Mumu will probably play himself into that spot. So I don't have any issue with it. Like if there's a guy there I really like, I'm down with it. And receiver for sure. For sure down with that. Because I know there will be a receiver that I like. And if we don't have one already, yeah, let's do it. Let's get one. Now I got to see this pick. Where's this pick? Oh, we faked the punt. Okay. Did we get it? We did get it. Nice. My gosh, we were getting smacked. Yeah, we could not get a stop, dude. This brings back terrible memories. Why did you tell me to look this up? We give up 46 points. Oh my gosh. All right, I'm gonna close that. I don't want to see that again. 40. Was on the Rams last year. Oh, he was on the Rams. Oh, well, yeah, because they couldn't block. I don't know what, bro. Look, I don't know what they were. That game was so ugly. They had a bad stretch there, but they were getting killed by that pass rush. And I know that Bengals did too, but it was like, what are they doing, man? Like, you got to, they needed, I thought they should have went to rollouts. And they started to at the end. I thought they should have went to play action rollouts, bootlegs, get him out of the pocket. I know he's not super athletic, but I would have did that, something. I would have did some rolls, something to get him outside the pocket. They were a straight drop back in that thing, and he was getting killed. I was like, why are we doing this? Hey. And that game was ugly. That game was very ugly. That was their worst pass. It had to be the worst pass protection by far in that season. The Bengals could do it. We could do it. Absolutely. Facts, man. Hey, our odds, I think they might be better or like the same right now to go to the Super Bowl next year. So I'm not saying bet, but I'm just saying, we got like plus 1,000 odds to win the North. Okay. Do you think this is crazy? Chat, let me know. Do you think it's crazy that you'd rather bet on the Lions winning the NFC because of the odds than the Lions winning the division? I would actually feel like it's a better bet because the odds are like 10,000 to 1 versus 1,000 to 1 that the Lions win the NFC versus betting that they win the division. Because I think it's like if Rodgers is back next year, and this is right now assuming he's back, I think it's very unlikely to win a division. But you've seen wildcard teams, they make it to the Super Bowl. Just look at the Bengals. So I would almost rather bet that win the NFC if I was going to bet one of the two before I bet win the division. To win the division sound like that's, I don't know, man. Sue's trying to come back to the Lions for real. You think he is? I don't know. Sue just wants to get paid. Sue will go anywhere the money is. I'm gonna be honest, man. He just wants the money. Sue just wants to get paid. He's been getting that 1 year like $7 million deal. It's probably gonna finally drop this year. He just wants that money, Curtis. I'm not mad at him. No, get your money. Team's gonna pay it. Team's gonna pay. Hey, the Rams paid it. They gave him like 1 year, $14.5 million. Oh my goodness. Yeah, Haskins should be available. Should be taken in the 6th if he's available. Ramsey dropped the pick 6 against Jimmy G in the 49ers. Oh, I do remember that now. Yeah, I do remember that. And man, it's just how it goes. And no one will really remember those down the road. It was like, hey, I mean, you might. Some people remember like the pick that was dropped in the Super Bowl, but that was the Super Bowl. It's like you gotta make the play, man. And we know they always say that's why you play defense. We see a lot of drop picks. I don't like how they act like he dropped a pick. That never happened. Like, no, stop it, dude. We've seen so many defensive backs drop picks all the time. They always drop interceptions. And then they're always like, that's why he plays defense. They got no hands. They always drop interceptions. Like, this isn't like some rare occurrence where a dude dropped a pick. Get out of here, man. Need a gadget? Could be some gadget players this year. I think depending on what we do with Khalif, we could use a guy that can kick return. I'm with that. Could be like a Bayless Jones or just someone that has experience kick returning. I'd be happy if Sue and Diggs came back. Definitely could use them for sure. I wouldn't overpay Sue. And I love Sue. I love that dude. We drop all the picks, dude. We drop every pick. We'll get Marcus Williams here and he'll be dropping picks just because we drop all the picks, man. But it's like that's what they always do. You just said Jalen dropped a pick. I'm gonna have to look into the Diggs one though. It's hard not knowing exactly what we're gonna do next year, but I have a pretty good feel of it. So I'll just be able to point out what he's good at, what he's not good at, and why it wouldn't work and why it would work. But hey, I'm not against it as of now. This camera is terrible. I'm not gonna lie. I'm sorry y'all gotta look at this. This is bad. I look like I'm on fire right now. And if I turn off a light, it looks even worse. I'm not even gonna try it. Make sure I didn't miss anything. Chat, let's do this real quick. Everybody in the chat, can you comment your player that you want most in free agency? Is that Sue? Is it Diggs? Is it I don't know? Is it the receiver? Is it Cole Beasley? Amari Cooper? Who's the player you want most in free agency? JC Jackson gonna get a payday. They're not expected to tag him, which makes sense. He's gonna get paid a lot. I wouldn't pay that much for a corner. I don't think I'd pay that much for a corner. Nah, I wouldn't do it. I don't think. But I am open to signing a vet corner. Like it's hard. JC's weird because how much he's probably gonna get paid. But I'm cool with signing a vet corner. I just don't know how much I want to bust out there because me and Brad were talking about this. Like, Let's say a guy like Casey Hayward, $6 million a year. I hate this beat. Hold up. HP Office Jet? No, no, I don't need it. If you sign a guy like Casey Hayward, let's say you sign Casey to $6 million, right, for one season. Okay, that's cool. But then you got to figure out the fit, because if he's not going anywhere, Jacobs isn't going anywhere, Amaya's going to be here, Sumo Kuda's going to be here. It just depends on where they play him. Who else do we got? AJ Parker's going to be here. You only kept 6 last year. I think, who's the other guy? Will Harris is going to be there, and I'd count him as a corner, but you don't have to. So that'd give you 6. So you'd have all your cornerbacks at that point. I could see something like that. I just don't know if I pay. Like, Quentin Dunbar was cool because it was like, okay, kind of cheap. But I don't know if I pay that much for a guy that honestly didn't play much better than. He didn't even play better than Jerry Jacobs. Like, if we're being real, like, if you just want to look at numbers, he didn't play better than Jerry Jacobs. Not as a whole. So, like, I don't know why I'd spend that much, because it's like, okay, what if he becomes a backup? Well, now I got $6 million for a year, and his guaranteed money is probably pretty expensive. I'm assuming the guaranteed of $6 million is not $500K. It's probably like $4 million or something like that. So now I'm locked into that. But then the draft pick could make sense. I don't know. Draft pick could make sense. I could see that. I don't know. It's just a weird situation, man. Jesse, you're not talking about Jesse James, right? What are we doing with this beat? Okay, Jesse or Marcus, I like it. Diggs. Oh, wait, Brady. That's not, you don't get to pick Tom Brady. No. Hold up. I should have excluded that. Did you see Derek Barnes was a little boy when Andrew Whitworth first entered the league? When he talked about him? Yeah. That's wild, man. Why don't the Lions... He's an old dude, man. Why don't the Lions get Deshaun Watson? Why don't they get Deshaun Watson? They don't know if the dude's go. He might end up in jail. That's something that's going to be decided. I think they said April 1st. What his future is. And it'll probably be with someone else if it's not in jail, but he could end up in jail, I've heard. I don't know if that's going to happen. I have no idea. But I think for that reason, plus you'd have to give up a lot of capital to do it. And I think what the Lions are trying to do right now, I could be wrong, build the team. Build the team. They know you can't put a garbage team out there and win games. They know we got to build a team. And now that Brad Holmes starting to get his picks, build a team. And if it does come down to the point, we should see a lot of it next year. There's no reason the Lions are not competing for a playoff spot next year. So you should see next year, okay, how does Goff perform with all this good stuff? You know, it should be good stuff going on, because if it's not good next year, you messed up. But with this going on, how does Goff perform? That's going to be super important. And then you can make that decision if you want to go all in for a guy like that. I don't think Watson will be available at that point, but I don't think they want to give up that many picks. But maybe, I don't know, maybe. I like Deshaun Watson. I think he's a really good quarterback. But yeah, there's a lot going on with that, so I wouldn't mess with it. I don't think I would mess with it just for that reason alone. You guys looked at Cole Kelly. I've looked at Cole Kelly a little bit. Big body. I just think he looks like a statue when he throws, but he's got a nice little arm on him, and we saw him in the combine. He's got a nice little arm. He'll have to be someone I look at more, though, just possibly as a late-round scoop-up, because he's not even on the Draft Network simulator, and a lot of guys I find through there, so that the fact that he's not on there, I don't think he is. The reason I've never seen him, so I don't know who he was. But I watched him a little bit after the combine just to see who he was. So I'll be a guy to have to watch a little bit more. But he's like 6'7". No need Malik, we need Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson's cool. I like Russell. Or Kyler. No, I don't want Kyler. We gotta get Galladay back. Whoa. What, they cutting Galladay? I ain't trading for that contract. I don't think Sam Howell looks as bad as people think. No, Sam Howell's nice, bro. I got Sam Howell as my one quarterback still. And that could change. But as of now, I got him as my number one quarterback. How did Walker do in the third? How did Walker the third do at the combine? I completely forgot about it. Okay, let me get my notes pulled up. And then he might go and draft it. That's true. And then we can wrap this thing up. We didn't really touch on running back too much. No, I thought Kenneth Walker, like the style that he was playing with was awesome. I'd probably have him as my one running back right now before diving into a ton of James Cook. Kyron Williams probably isn't my one, but he's probably my one still right now. He's just, he run, like, bro, you just listen to him. He was screaming running the 40-yard dash time. He looked no nonsense type of dude. Let me see what his 40 time was. But people seem to like him. Like they were getting along with him. They were talking to him. So he wasn't just like standing there. 4.46 and he ran a 4.5. He did do the Deuce Daily drill. It was not the best. He actually tripped up on it. But then he came back and they gave him a coaching note. They're like, hey, do this. And he came back and did it. And then they showed the clip. And there was a clip they showed where the coach said, hey, you got to do this in pass protection. So the very next day of practice, he literally drove the guy out of bounds. It's like, whoa, this is practice. But that's just the energy he plays with. I got him as my number 1 running back for that as of now. What do you think of Asamoah? Moves well. Hold up. Do I have a report on him yet? I don't think I do online. Shoot. I should do that because my notes are hard to find anything in there. But I haven't watched a ton. I've watched like 1, maybe 2 games on him. I thought he moved well, though. I think he could fit a Sam role. You know, I think Asamoah could plug into that role as this defense going forward, you know, playing that kind of backer role. Definitely could drop, and the things that he can possibly do in zone coverage would make him a really nice, unique, even pass down option. I don't know. I don't remember how well he did as a blitzer. Let me look up his numbers. I feel like he blitzed well, but let me look him up. But definitely could be a nice pass coverage option. And that would find the field. Probably not every snap. He could find him the field, especially playing that third linebacker role. We could use a guy. He's got a good build for it. 6'1". Well, it's a little short, but 6'1", 228. Definitely has the speed. He had he's only had 5 sacks. Okay. Yeah, maybe he's more of a will. He might be more of a will backer consistently at the next level. But wills do blitz a lot, so I don't know. He felt like a Sam to me when I was watching it, but maybe I'll dive into him more. Hey, guess what? We own the Cardinals. That's facts. Some crazy stat like the Vikings, Packers, Cardinals all lost the same. Whoa! I got to see this. All lost the same day. All lost to the Lions, and they flopped to end the season. That's facts. No, they did. They all fell apart, man. Bro, let me just say this. The Vikings are not good, dude. Hey, I think they'll be better now. They're not good, though. We could have beat them both. We should have beat them both times. We just got off the field. Bears, I don't think the Bears are good, but I do like I don't dislike their coaching hirings. And yeah, the Cardinals, no. The second, third time they just fell apart at the end of the year. What about Barry Sanders' son? Is he coming out this year? No, he came out years ago, right? I mean, he can't be. I don't think he got drafted. Barry Sanders Jr. I remember that was years ago, though. Does he have a second son? I don't know. Is it just me, or do you think Kayvon will have a better combine because he's more athletically gifted? I could see him running like a faster 40. No, I think his 10-yard splits will be better. His shuttles and stuff could be better. I think he moves better there. But I don't know. The 40 is going to be close. I'm going to be honest. Aiden moves. Like, and I get caught in this sometimes too, where I'm like, oh, man, Kayvon is really explosive. And then I kind of like start to dial down Aiden. But then I watch Aiden. I'm like, whoa. That dude's crazy explosive too. It's just like, yeah, Kayvon's here, but Aiden's still here, you know? I think he might be him in a few drills, but it's not going to probably change my opinion on anything. We'll see, though. Maybe it does. Dose burning the midnight oil? Yeah, we got to wrap this thing up soon, man. We need to re-sign Walker, draft Vernon McKinley. I'm sorry. I don't know why I said Vernon. Marquise Bell later in the draft. I'm with you with re-signing Walker. I like Verone McKinley. Verone McKinley kind of makes me think of a Quandre Diggs a little bit. That's a solid comp. I mean, Verone McKinley is a tremendous back end safety, coverage safety in terms of he's going to pick you off, and he had like 5 last year. I think that's a fair comp a little bit. I haven't got too far into Marquise Bell, and drafted an edge at 2. I like it. It's 501. Do 9 edge. All right. Shoot, I don't have one dialed up. Okay, here we go. Knock knock. Let's get these beats back on. Big fan of Traylon Burks. I did a video of Traylon Burks a while ago. Big fan of him. I just don't like his running style a little bit. I'm a little bit taken off by it because I think he gives up on plays too easy. You know, his route tree wasn't huge, but sometimes it's like that coming out. It's just the offense they play in. George Pickens, I got to get more into. But yeah, the size and speed is nice. He's really nice there. Okay, who's there? Hold up. I should have been prepared when I asked. Hold up. Do you like Hill, Petrie, or Brisker? Either Daxu or Brisker, probably. I don't know. I'd probably. I don't know, actually. Maybe Petrie. I don't know. It's just a role, bro. I feel like the role for Hill and Petrie are similar. Brisker's a little bit different, though. Brisker's more of a boxing guy. Who's there? Who's there? Okay, hold up. I gotta think of something fire. I'm on the spot. I can't just do a knock joke on the spot. 1 sec. Okay, hold up. I'm failing. I can't think of anything. Okay, let me just say almond. Yep. Almond. Hold up, that's trash. I don't know if I can go with anything. Wait, that might be garbage. Hold up. Would you be upset if we traded back to back wide receivers? Traded back to back wide receiver. If we drafted, no, I wouldn't be mad. Why y'all put me do me like this? Hold up. I could have just looked up a joke and read it. Okay, you're gonna be disappointed by this joke. Wait. Hey, this beat though. Come on, man. Can y'all hear this still, or am I doing this wrong? Yeah, y'all hear the beat? I'm just letting the beat simmer so I can think of something. I really can't think of something at all. Almond. Why did I say almond? I could have went with a lot of other words that rhyme or something. You trying to stall? Wait, hold up. I thought I had something. Hold up. Wait, hold up. Can we restart? I think we should restart the joke. Let's restart the joke. Let's restart the joke and let's restart. Let's restart from the top. I set myself up for failure. I really can't think of anything off of almond. That was such a bad. Out of all the words with almond. Let's restart. Let's restart the joke. Let's start from the top. Did I miss anything? Treelenberg's freaking hunts and kills wild hogs with his hands and knife. Legit. If he's not a perfect MCD guy, I don't know who is. Okay, I wish I saw more of that on the field. Not the killing part, but you know. Do you think George Karlaftis is someone the Lions maybe? Yes. I just don't think he's super great around the edge. I think he just wins more of strength. Okay. Oh, we're starting. Okay, knock. Okay, knock. Oh wait, you guys are saying knock. Why are you guys saying knock? Okay, do I say who's there or what's happening? Who's there? We chilling, y'all. We chilling. There's no vibe. We vibing right now. What? Handbag. Probably like, I don't know. I would throw the Chiefs. No more football till you finish the joke. Okay, wait. Where do I go from here? Do you want me to? Okay. So knock. Who's there? Okay, Puri. There you go, Puri. He said over two your own jokes. Yo, I can't. He's making his own jokes, bro. Hold up. Okay, what do you think about what do you think about Hutchinson, London, tight end Woods? Where am I taking Woods at? 34? Yeah, for me it's 1 Packers, 2 Cowboys, 3 Bears. The Vikings aren't in there? I'd have the Vikings in there. I'd probably put the Vikings up there. Wait, you guys didn't continue. I said, yo, okay. I said, Puri. Taking Gerald Everett. That's your boy, man. Okay, yeah. Purified water. Hold up. Wait, I'm done. We might have to end this stream. That's not what I was thinking. I forgot what I was thinking. The joke was too long. We can't have a minute break between the joke. I forget the punchline. All right, I literally forgot the punchline. We're gonna end the stream now. Thank you guys for coming in. Let's throw some highlights on the screen. All right. Who's better in your opinion, Quay Walker or Chad Muma? I think Chad Muma's better, but Quay Walker he's a big dude that can fly around, man. I like Chad Muma's all around game better though. But Walker would fit a wheel spot beautifully, I think. Okay, fine. Here's my first mock draft: Hamilton at 2, Olave at 32. Oh my god. Hey, Crazy Clown, you ever do like the draft simulators? You should try them, man. Or is that what that was? Yeah, I don't know. Vikings never seem to bother me. I just don't like the I don't know. I don't do it. It don't do it for me. So, yeah, Packers would be at the top. Packers would be at the top. We went to the Packers game, bro. I could not stand those fans, dude. And I get it. I'm probably obnoxious at games too. I don't think I am, but like I couldn't stand it. So we're cheering, right? I'm with Michael Banks. We got this whole group together. And Michael Banks, like literally, I don't know. I might be wrong. Maybe you guys like this. I thought I brought energy to games, right? This dude literally for the entire game stood up, cheered. Every single play, he is yelling every play. And it was great in the first half because we're playing well. Then the second half comes around, we start losing. He's doing this, the game's over. He's doing this every play. And what I didn't like is like the people in front of us who were Packers fans, all of a sudden they started like mocking him. You know what I'm saying? I was like, that ain't cool, man. They started. I was like, he's doing this all game. Then they start, kind of like talking under the breath, not turning around and saying it to his face. I was like, come on, man, it's not cool. So I don't know that. And then when the Packers lost in the playoffs, I thought of them. Like, I hope they were at the game. I hope you guys were at the game. Those people, I don't know. I'm sorry, but anyway, I want my Muma. There you go. Thoughts on Lewis Kine? I got to get more into Lewis Kine. Haven't seen enough of him. Dion, don't make me play Kendrick Mars. don't lose my vibe as we were doing right now. I'm sorry. I don't know where you were going with that. Yeah, Cowboys fans are just like, I don't know if I hate Cowboys fans much. I just don't like the fact that like I probably shouldn't say, but like I don't know. It's like everybody's a Cowboys fan. Like, oh, Cowboys. It's like, how are you a Cowboys fan, bro? And the thing with Cowboys is that it's like the one fan base where you can leave and then come back. Apparently that's where that's allowed. You could be a Cowboys fan for a year and then come back, then leave and be like, oh, I kind of like this good team. Then come back and be like, I'm a Cowboys fan. Like, no, you're not. No, you're not. I don't know, man. I don't know. Thoughts on Jackson Mahomes? Okay, we losing it now. Muma is such a Chad. That's facts, actually, though. I was sitting at the Packers sideline Packers game. I went to, and they had a few real loud Packers chants. Also, the fans say we're being too loud. What? Hey, I do think we got to get a chant, though. They got the Go Pack Go, which is just terrible. I'm so glad we beat them at home because when they started doing that, I was like, really? But we need some kind of cool chant, Detroit. We don't have anything. I get we're losing a lot, but we need a better chant. Just saying. So, anyway, chat, we're going to end this thing here. Shout out to everybody that came in. Tomorrow is defense, D-line, linebacker. We'll have more to talk about. I mean, I had notes for these guys, but it's not the fun position to discuss. All right, so I get it. But tomorrow we'll be back D-line, linebacker, and then defensive back and special teams, I think, is Sunday. I know at least place kickers are Sunday. So we'll dive into that. Look out for a Quandre Diggs video. I don't know if that's hopefully earliest tomorrow. That's the earliest. And we'll be live. We should be live again tomorrow night. So join in tomorrow night. We'll be live about the same time to talk about those guys. And, we'll see. Hopefully I get the other camera going because I don't like this one. The Cowboys play the Lions in Dallas. They don't want me to dance. We need to change one pride to fear the lion. Ooh. We do need a quicker no pack, no. Hey, I like that. We need something quicker, though. I agree. We need something that's just like catchy. That way everybody gets onto it. Our thing is so long. I don't even know what our chant is. What is our chant? Let's go Lions. We just need something quicker, I feel like. This bam, bam. Like, I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. Bungle in the jungle. There you go. I like that. It's a good one. All right, we gonna end it. This beat is whack too. What are we listening to here? Oh, okay. Apparently, we listened to an ad. All right. Shout out to everybody that came in though. One Pride. Oh, that's true. That's true. Is that our chant? One Pride? I don't even know. All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We out. Have a good night. For the fire camera version dose. Yes, you're welcome. You know, I just wanted to radiate the heat. You know what I'm saying? Like in case you were cold at home, you might be able to. There might be some heat coming off this. I'm not even. There might be. Oh, I look better when I block the light. Why is it like that? What? Where's this light coming from? I look good now. I look normal. Hold up. What if I do this? I look worse. That's what I'm saying. I don't know where the light's coming from. Like, I don't know where they're... Do I point the lights away from me? If I go over top. Maybe if I go like this. I don't know. Maybe just like... All right. I don't know. It looked better like that. It did. But I don't know how we... Put like a poster board. I don't know. All right. We out. Hold up. Where's the outro? There it is. Yeah, I like the other one better too. Ooh, yeah, there it goes in there. Let me roll through. Ooh. Yeah, shout out to everybody that came in, man. I know this was an exciting day, but y'all showed out, and I appreciate it. Leaping Lions. I'm gonna end y'all on that. That's good.
You're still here? It's over. Go home.